Hey y'all, happy Friday. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day so far. We've got some things to discuss today, so we're going to get into I've kind of got a wide selection laid out today, so we're going to try to get through as much of it as we possibly can. Y'all coming in. Hold on just a moment. Gotta let the littles out for a minute. Let them do what they want to do right quick. All right. Let me go back up here really quick. Did you guys all get an update on your phones? Because my chat on my phone doesn't have top chat, live chat anymore. Did your guys' change too? Yes, it's kind of annoying. It's really, truly annoying. And the community moderation section's gone off the phone too. Anywho, okay, I don't like the update. So far, don't like it. Hey, Pika. Hey, August. Oh, this is getting out of hand. Hey, Chopper, Zoya, Purge, Jolene, Claus, Duchess, Arctic. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful. This was a kind of a short week, but it's always kind of a wild week. Cat's Eye. Terry. It's Virgo season and a Friday. Hey, Smiles. Janice in accounting. There's a plane flying above. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Am. Hey, Emma and Greg. Margot Go. Thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the cabana. Loose Lucy. Hello. You know what? I finally figured out. Hey, Lurker. Hope you're healing up well and you're recovering good. Hey, Weeb Gob shit. I finally figured out how to gift memberships. Kyle had been asking to learn how for so long. So last night when I was in Burnt Toast, I was like, here, let me figure it out. So I went, you got to do it off of a computer or you got to go to the app side or off the app side on YouTube, like through Safari or whatever. I finally figured it out. It only took us, months now. Hey, Miss Leah, Fit and Curvy, Dirty French, Lynn Love and Light, Nash Native, Carla Toe Beans, Chico. It is totally Friday fuckery. Hey, just Robin, Sparrow, Crystal Burns, Tracy, Natalie, and Tallulah. Yeah, you guys all got the updates too. Hey, Thor. Hey, Jaguars. Kathy R. Misery Loves Company. Kathleen. Lauren Walker. Yeah, you guys all got the silly updates. Melissa. Gold Bulldogs. Miss Leah. It's still the same for you, Chris? Ugh. Ugh. I don't like it so far on the phone. Yeah, Pika, I wish it wouldn't have updated it, manually did it. Hey, Maximum Effort. Hey, Mal. Hey, Twist. Angel Sleuth, Beverly. Oh, Chopper, you just learned about Molly. Oh, yeah, there's a lot to know there. I still gotta finish that video, but it's gotta be in sections for me to handle her. Hey, Oki, Teresa, Shy One, Jennifer M, Muffin Mouse, Jonathan. I'm trying to get through these guys. Thank you all for joining me today. Hey, Forever Army, Rockabit, Zero. It's always fun, like the daytime lives versus the nighttime lives of who's present. It's always a different crowd. There's a few of the same fixtures, but I like sometimes doing later streams too, like the pop on ones that I do randomly. It seems to, the conversation in all of them are just, it's been good. Hey, NorCal, Jay, Becca, Mickey, Tobeans, thank you for being a member for 3 months. It's highly appreciated. Hey, Lisa, Nature Rocks. Okay, let's get into this. Hey, Froggy, let's see if I can get to the bottom. Dirty French, Nature Rocks. I think I got you guys. Jennifer McFarland, hello. Angelics, I'm assuming. Deborah, SS, 10:30 p.m. in France. I bet it's beautiful there, though. Yes, SS, you catch a whole different, like, oh gosh, that's where we're starting is Sean. This is some wild shit. Okay, let's go ahead and get going. I baked a cake today. That's what I've gotten done so far. I made a lemon cake and it smells so good. My house smells so freaking good. All right, so let's just get into this. This is going to be a heavy one. This is going to be one of those that probably triggers the sensitivities of some people, which is pretty normal. So if you're not into real raw conversations of what the reality of the situation truly is and what it isn't, then, and if you're just more of a tinfoil conspiracy hat wearer and are in the hype of all this bullshit that's going on, meanwhile, it's a real family at the end of the day that's being impacted and a victim story. Please hit that X button and see your way over to the shitty booty bitches. I'm sure there's drama popping off somewhere. I'm sure there's thin-skinned comment sections you can hang out in that will be perfect for your sensitivities. This won't be the live stream for you. And that's not to be rude, but that's just to save anybody a headache because this is going to be some real and raw shit. So let's get going. This is all under fair use. This is not really entertainment whatsoever because at the end of the day, it is a real life and it's a real life missing child. A 15-year-old by the name of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers from Hendersonville, Tennessee is still missing and it has turned into a circus show. And I'm going to kind of walk you back and show you some things today. We're going to start with Ashley Banfield from last night. And then we're going to kind of walk through a little bit of a historical thing. Also, I did get some messages and so, let me just say this. Somebody asked me if I was including BJ in my talk about extremists with the political stuff. So here's my opinion on that. So let me just be very clear. Yes, she has claimed that she was in the political arena before. I laughed at that. When I talk about these people, these specific people, does she have those same similar views? Very likely, possibly from just picking up what she's been talking about. Yeah, maybe. But she doesn't have the intellect, in my opinion, to really be a fixture or an activist or anything in the political arena. So no, I was not implying anything about her last night. I was talking about the people I was talking about very openly. And I will talk more about that today as we go. But I'm trying to say this as nicely as possible, but the bitch don't even have a fucking brain. So no, do I see her a factor in any type of political realm of anything? No, she's just one of those like, fuck. I can't say this nicely. She is a brainless twit that is used for pushing whatever narrative is out there. Okay, there's that. It is what it is. So no, I don't think she has the intellect to even hold her own in an arena like this with these type of people. She might have similar views and things that she buys into in her own life, but she is not an activist or any type of factor in the political realm. Okay, like I don't know how the fuck else to say it without sounding like a condescending bitch. And I'm going to, because that bitch don't have a fucking brain. So Dexter's fucking smarter than that bitch. All right, let's go. Okay, so this is from last night. This is Ashley Banfield. We're going to start there.
As a parent, it pains me to say this, and it's going to pain you to hear it, but there really are boogeymen out there. There really are. There are evil people who snatch kids away from the one place on earth that they should be completely safe, their own beds. Just ask the parents of Elizabeth Smart. Just ask the parents of Jessica Lunsford or Polly Klaas or Madeline McCann. Those are kids who were tucked in tight 1 minute, gone the next. And sometimes these kids make it home again. Think about Elizabeth Smart. Oftentimes, sadly, they do not. Always, though, the people who love them keep hoping. And when the headlines fade, the rest of the world moves on. But tonight, we are all hoping for the safe return of Sebastian Rogers. And if you have forgotten Sebastian, and I hope you have not, we are past the 6-month mark from the night that he went to bed back in
Revival. I was talking about BHB in that little section, but I will be talking about BHB here in a brief little bit.
February, but was gone by morning. And when I say gone, I mean gone. No notes, no leads. Sebastian's clothes, even his shoes, were still there. He's 15. He's from the Nashville area, and Sebastian has autism, which does not make the search or the investigation any easier. The Tennessee police and the FBI have been on the case from the start, but so far, nothing. The feds even put up a $50,000 reward for information leading to Sebastian Rogers' return. And now that reward has doubled.
All right. So right there, we're going to stop for a minute, because on paper, what they're telling us is that the reward has doubled. There is no promise to pay. There is no like guarantee of this. There's nothing that anybody has seen at this point in time. Talk is cheap. People can say anything they want to, but is there anything that's truly going to back this up and guarantee a payout if this information was to come forward? In my opinion, no. No. The FBI, that's a whole different story. You're dealing with a government entity, which, yeah, they can be corrupt too. But and the FBI reward says up to $50K too. So Nick the Hat and dogs money. I mean, do they even have that kind of money? I don't know. We'll see.
To 100,000, thanks to America's most famous bounty hunter. Want to welcome back to the program Sebastian Rogers' father, Seth Rogers, and also with us is Tony Mathis. He speaks for the Rogers family during this emergency, and the man who now is on the Sebastian Rogers case, Dog the Bounty Hunter. Welcome to all three of you. Seth, I'll come to you first.
Isn't that funny? Didn't I talk about a book that he's been trying to promote? He's actually made himself on quite a few. He was on, is it CBN? He did an interview not long ago about this book. He's been kind of off on a promoting tour of this book recently. It's kind of interesting.
We spoke, I think, 10 weeks ago or so, and I just wanted to touch base with you. Have you had any updates, any news, anything at all that that feels promising?
We've had some, and we've had some tips. And I've passed them over to Sumner County and my private investigator that's working on it. But as for news from Sumner County, no, I don't even know if they follow up with any of the tips we give them anymore.
Can you share?
I don't even know if they follow up on the tips we give them anymore. What are we doing here? Are we still trying to posture that law enforcement isn't really invested in finding Sebastian? Is that what we're doing here? Because your friend Betty got locked up and they let her out. I mean, are we singing Folsom Prison Blues here? Like,
share those tips publicly, or do you have to keep them under the vest, understandably?
I'm keeping them under the vest because if they are Sebastian, I don't want somebody that doesn't have his best interests.
Somebody that doesn't have his best interests.
Following up on our lead.
Following up on a lead.
Some people are doing leads and they don't even want to be involved in this case. And
Some people are doing, I just want to lose it already. Seriously, this is just,
can understand why. I mean, we've got people that are,
there has been nothing but just chaos. Everybody's had tip lines. They've had tip lines. YouTubers have been taking tips. TikTokers were taking tips. This whole situation has just unraveled into an epic shit show. And it just continues. And this seems to me that he's trying to somehow like imply that law enforcement might not want to be involved anymore. So he doesn't know if they're even following up on leads. Like, law enforcement has a job to do. And the FBI, Sumner County, the TBI, Secret Service have been involved in this since the very beginning.
out here in the social media world that, you know, throw daggers at everybody that's helping me find Sebastian.
Throw daggers at everybody that's helping me find Sebastian.
And we've even had him go to jail now.
We've even had them go to jail now. Oh, BHB went to jail because of BHB's actions. Nothing else.
Dog jumping.
And it's really fucking sad to see him defending Bullhorn Betty and the stalking and harassment that she has put Sebastian's mother and stepfather and extended family members under, the stress that she has caused. I don't think Sebastian would like that. Truly. I mean, kids usually, no matter what, they love their folks. They love their parents. And I just can't imagine how that would make him feel.
In here, you know this blueprint, right? You know when a parent is trying everything. They're hiring their own people outside of the police. They're collecting tips. They're passing them on. They're processing. Where do you take this case now that you...
How does Dog know any of that? He's a freaking bounty hunter and a bail bondsman. What? Dog served a year in prison back in the late 70s. It was the 70s, not the 80s, for a murder that he was there but didn't take part in. He got a 5-year prison sentence. He served a year of it. He's can't even carry a weapon. I mean, he carries a taser and pepper spray and stuff like that.
You're on board.
Maybe he can borrow the machete from Betty.
How do you do things differently? And since it's been 6 months plus, how do you even begin?
Well, we began at the very beginning. And because I'm not...
This is what I want you to pay attention to. We began at the very beginning.
Not a real law enforcement officer.
Yeah, we know that.
I can do a lot of things that law enforcement cannot do.
Like what? Like what can you do that law enforcement can't?
And I don't break the law, but I will bend it till its fracturing point. So it's very sad because in the very beginning, I thought Sean may be involved in some kind of disappearance, or I thought the little
Sean, referring to Seth as Sean. Okay.
boy was deceased.
This man doesn't even know who he's talking about.
Days now into it, I have talked to Sean. I know
Seth. His name is Seth, Dog.
that he was working.
Can you guys get him fucking note cards, please, next time? He don't even know what the fuck he's talking about.
This is his only child. I have 12. I've been through this before one of my daughters were killed, but this is amazing. I know that he had nothing to do with this.
How do you know this? Because Sebastian is still missing. We have no idea what has happened to Sebastian.
This guy can barely even talk without crying. I'm looking at him
Oh my God.
tonight, and we're both, crybabies. I'm looking at him right there on your show, and I'm like, I
Emotional manipulation to its finest.
just want to start crying. Listen, I'm going to hunt these people down.
You're going to hunt what people down? What people are you hunting down? Because currently there's no persons of interest. There's no suspects unless you take Sean, aka Seth, who is coming out here telling everybody that he's a suspect when there's been no named suspects from law enforcement.
I think the boy is still alive. I'm telling you right now, Ashley, I think this little boy was stashed somewhere.
He was stashed somewhere.
Because custody was just going to get very soon.
Because of custody. Do you understand how dangerous inciting things like this again are?
Soon, very, very soon.
And that was going to be a trial run that he was supposed to. There was an agreement with family members that he was going to live with his dad for the summer. There would be no need for stashing him anywhere. There was an agreement that they were going to try that out. Going back here and starting all this bullshit again, what are we doing here? You can tell what side of the team he's been getting his information from and the salacious rumors that he's been fed.
Mr. Rogers was going to get custody of his son. And I think
nothing was going to change through the court system, according to what we've been told.
There's so much jealousy.
There's so much jealousy.
Well, you know the old saying, if you can't have him, if I can't have him, nobody will have him. I think that's exactly what we're seeing here.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but probably in the wrong factor there, dog. I mean, you can't even get the guy's name right, but I don't. This is just, oh God, my fucking.
Is a domestic squabble.
A domestic squabble. And somebody just stashed Sebastian somewhere.
Over a child.
Thanks for watching.
Okay. All right. That's scary as fuck. Because all these people are in Tennessee. All these people are in Tennessee. And right now we have no indication that this is a domestic squabble. We have no indication that this has anything to do with custody. We have no indication of anything Dog the Bounty Hunter said besides rumors on social media. Social media rumors that were started by Seth and Seth's team. And unfortunately, whether you want me to say that or not, that's the truth. Seth has handpicked every one of his team members. Seth has actively picked these people. Yeah, he said that. He said all of that. So we're going back to the beginning. And I'm going to show you guys some stuff today too that you know, those custody documents that have been leaked and all of the creators have been creating a shitstorm out of custody docs. Well, we're going to talk about that because I think I can show you guys that that was intentional, but I think it's coming from a place that you wouldn't necessarily expect. My opinion today, but I'm going to show you and use Betty as the example. So let's carry on. Hold on. Let me get the dogs in. All right. Let's go on to another member of the team. Nick the Hat. Nick the Hat. Well, well, well. Didn't have this on my bingo card. Didn't want this on my bingo card. So those of you that are unfamiliar with Nick the Hat. Nick the Hat works with Dog the Bounty Hunter. He's part of the team. Nick has an extensive record of fraud himself. He also has worked with people like JLR in the past. Let's see what Nick had to say yesterday.
Case, which was a walk in the park compared to what we're getting involved in now. The search is on for Sebastian Rogers. He's a 15-year-old boy who went missing on February 26th. And I'm going to start this off with the facts because there aren't many. And that's why
He's going to start this off with the facts. Okay. All right. And most of you, I'm assuming all of you, have seen the posts that Tony Mathis put out there from Dog's team, which is this at night company of the true serum that they were going to attempt to use to basically attempt to get confessions out of people. You know, Seth's agreed to undergo anything they want to do. That whole run amok shit. Okay. Well, here's another member of this team. And by the way, Grandma, who let Nicky Boy out of the basement? He's fucking with people's Wi-Fi again. Can somebody put this guy back where he belongs in a basement somewhere? Fucking with shit. This guy is a troll too.
I'm doing this, right? The facts have been convoluted. They have been twisted from day two.
I don't know what that is, but it does it throughout. It's his, not mine.
The internet hijacked the case, and 7 months later, Sebastian is still not around.
The internet hijacked the case, and 7 months later, Sebastian, man, we're off to a running start.
And let's get to why. So on February 25th, Sebastian Rogers went to bed. The next morning for school, his mother went to wake him up. He wasn't home, and they reported him missing. There were massive searches that went down, and that's what we know right now, right, guys? All the other, there's more. Obviously, there's a lot more than that, but that's where I'm starting because those are the facts that 100% we know. 100%. So, again,
We know that Sebastian's been missing. Yes, yeah. Thanks for the fucking rocket science breakdown there of the information.
sorry, I just got a text message making sure. I'm going to do this one a little bit quicker because I want to read that text. So again, the case was convoluted. He went missing. All these headlines on YouTube, they say Proudfoot, Christopher Proudfoot, Katie Proudfoot, Seth Rogers. Why do you guys put me? That's not the head. The headline is Sebastian, a 16-year-old.
15-year-old. This guy is so interested in the facts that he doesn't even know Sebastian won't be 16 until December.
Boy. So here's what we know. Again.
Yeah. Continue to tell us. You don't even know his age, but okay.
Not much. The search is it was dormant, right? Up until.
The search was dormant. Meanwhile, the search was scaled back, but then later on, they even brought in like EquiSearch and, groups like that. And there's been supposedly searches constantly, according to what we've been told. Seth's been out there searching every day.
2 days ago, they scaled,
which in my opinion, he hasn't been searching since March, but
it back heavily. And I wish I got involved months ago. I really do.
I really don't think that you probably care whether you got involved months ago or now. I think this is kind of all just for some publicity, if you're asking me.
I regret that. I didn't think it was going to go on like this. And I believe we were literally in the middle of something when I was getting messages, right? And the case had died down. And I figured perhaps they found him. I didn't hear his name anywhere. I didn't see his name anywhere.
What? What rock does this guy live under?
15. That's what I said. I said 15.
No, you said 16, mofo.
15, didn't I? If I didn't say 15, I meant 15. Sorry. But again, the boy right now is missing. And yesterday, I saw something floating around where they said that their names have been cleared, the Proudfoots.
Take note of that. He mentions that he sees something floating around that their names have been cleared. Nobody has been cleared. Let me just say this for anybody in the back. I don't even know why anybody jumped on that. Truly, I really don't. And we're going to get into all that because everybody that's been following this from a factual basis knows that nobody is cleared because there's not even a crime at this point in time that we know that somebody would be needing to be cleared of. So as of right now, there is not anybody cleared. Have they been vetted and cooperative? Absolutely. But that whole thing, the leaked documents of a sealed custody case with a minor involved, was definitely intentional. And if you notice, he's using that in the beginning of this. And if you notice, well, you might not have noticed, but I'm going to show you today how many other people have been using that little section of intentionally leaked documents to try and stir up this whole thing that, well, Chris Proudfoot is cleared. Chris Proudfoot is cleared. Why isn't Seth cleared? What about Seth? Poor Seth. He's a grieving father. He's out there doing all the things. Are you fucking joking?
I'm not targeting Proudfoots, but I'm going to clear the record right now. Their names are not cleared by the FBI, and they can call the FBI and ask that. And
we don't even need to call the FBI. Anybody that's been paying attention knows that there's nobody that's cleared right now. They've been cooperative with law enforcement, and then their stories have been vetted. That's what we know.
Why don't you guys call the FBI?
Including Seth Rogers. You can put Seth in there too, because even though Seth has came out here and told everybody that he's a suspect and he is being treated poorly by law enforcement, the facts of the case are law enforcement says he's been cooperative and his stories have been vetted. So where he's getting that whole thing, I'm not really sure.
FBI and ask that. I dare you. Google the number FBI Memphis and ask about Seth Rogers. Ask about the problem.
Please do not do that. Please don't. There's no need to do any of that. There's no need to do any of this. You're wasting resources once again that could go to something else.
Proudfoots. Both of them. Ask. See what they'll tell you. Nobody's cleared. And it's below.
No shit, Sherlock.
County. That's clickbait, and that was started by the Proudfoots. Look, I'm not going to get into.
Oh, really? That was started by the Proudfoots. Isn't that kind of an interesting tidbit that he just threw in there? That was started by the Proudfoots. So let's talk about this court document, this little section of this court document that was leaked. That court document would have had access, or people that would have had access to that were Chris, his attorney, the judge, people in the courthouse, and Nina. Why would Chris intentionally leak a document that says he's cleared and that he's been cooperative from a custody case with his child? Not going to happen. And then turn around and ask people to take it down. Not going to happen. Nina has a friend in New Mexico that seems to be pretty heavily involved in some of these Facebook groups. Nina involved herself with Terry Lynn, and they were recording phone calls for Terry Lynn. Or Terry Lynn was recording phone calls for Nina, excuse me. Then there was also a leaked phone call that was recorded that the Josh the Lab leaked out. And isn't it interesting that Josh the Lab was one of the first channels that picked up this whole they're not cleared thing, that court document thing? So I guess when it's time to make the Proudfoots look like they're doing something again when they've remained silent, completely silent, why do you think that would get put out there? And who do you think would have the motivation to do that? I've heard that Nina was pretty upset with the court for allowing them to have visitation, which they did. It doesn't really matter what's said in those court papers. The judge allowed them to have visitation with Faith over the summer. That should have never been brought into any of this. She is a minor and should have never been mentioned, brought up, none of it. But that was very opportunistic, in my opinion. You can believe her stories all you want. It's still an opportunist. And why is that little section of court documents being leaked to every person who's going to run with it for salacious information? JLR, the Lab, Spanky, Brittany. I'm not sure how Granny got a hold of that. But why is it all being passed through that side of things? Oh, wait, because if somebody sent me a paperwork from a custody case, a child's custody case, you bet I'm not going to fucking show that shit. That was intentional. And you just heard him mention it. But we're going to go back a couple days and show the buildup of all of this.
Drama. Again, guys, they wrote that in a court document. They shouldn't have done that. It was very careless, but we'll figure out.
Shouldn't have wrote it in a court document. It was very careless. You notice that little implication right there? No, people shouldn't be leaking child custody paperwork to YouTubers to try and paint a narrative. And seems to me you're very aware of what's going on here. Perfect timing. There's this whole thing of people running around arguing over whether Chris is cleared and poor Seth over here. And then here comes Dog and Nick to save the day, right? Seems like an intentional buildup to me.
About why. At the end of the day, this is about Sebastian. It's not about Seth. It's not about Kate. It's not about Christopher. It's about a little boy with autism, a little boy who left home possibly, a little boy who was.
It's absolutely a content farm. Brooks got back in there today with that custody paper. Spanky, the Lab, Brooks, Brittany, all of them have showed that little section and like done content over it. We have a missing child and they're fixated. And once again, the custody stuff with Nina gets brought up, and then you hear Dog the Bounty Hunter go on News Nation and claim that there's something to do with custody. You see the whole narratives that are being shoved down your throats, and a lot of you are buying it.
Brutally murdered, possibly. A little boy who was possibly kidnapped. A little boy who's not home. That's what this is about. It's not about the drama that you. When I say you people, I'm not saying it for all of you, but the greater community, right, of YouTube.
This mofo who faked emails and has been in prison for fraud. just go back to the fucking basement, dude. Or do some more scandalous reporting on your websites and set up some more people with fake emails and shit like that. That seems to be your forte. And by the way, their attorney is, yeah, he's an ex attorney for the Attorney General's office. He worked for ICAC. Like I said last night, seems a whole lot similar to a Sean Reyes, Tim Ballard situation going on here.
When I first got into this community on YouTube, it was like the coolest place ever. You guys opened up your doors. You guys sent followers.
I'm going to fast forward him because I can't, and I've got so much to say, and I've got so much to show you, because I'm not going to just talk about how this whole intentional setup happened. I'm going to show you some of it, because this was yesterday that he did this video. Well, I'm going to take you back at the end of this and show you the buildup days before by another team member of theirs.
Because I was on X covering Cavalcante, and I was outraged that people had to pay to comment, and I don't like that stuff. So I said, I'll go on YouTube. I don't know how to use it. And the YouTube community came together, and you guys got out of nowhere. I don't know how. It's like 22,000 subs. I've lost 5K subs since. I don't really care. And that's a difference
I heard he just got monetized like 8 days ago.
between me and many others. I don't give a shit about following, as long as the right people that need to know follow, and the right people that need to hear the facts, and it helps them.
The right people that need to hear the salacious rumors that I'm going to push out here and get you all to run with. As long as you're there, he's good.
Sleep at night, and the right people that are looking at the right people. That's all I care about. And there aren't many of the right people. I don't need 50,000 trolls. I don't need the monetization stuff. I don't need it. But thank you guys though for subscribing. It is cool. I just learned how to set it up. I was playing around, and I think I hit make it live. So I'm going to start putting stuff on there. But for a case like this,
God, I need Kyle to watch this. He would just be like, the fuck is this?
there are no exclusives. I'm not like that. The only exclusive that I did, and I'll be very open with the membership thing, was I posted the new wanted poster 5 minutes before I put it on X, because for a case like this, there is no, I don't want money, right? I don't want to be paid for a member. There should not be a paywall at all, right? This is not about that. Thank you. Oh, Breeze, there you are. Again, so like the members, the stuff for members is going to be more so a lot of material on other cases. For example, Chris Watts. Don't forget I interviewed him, guys, and that's something I have still.
Isn't that crazy that we talked about the Watts, and we talked about the Watts case last night? Molly talked about the Watts case yesterday and was bragging about how she was the first creator to cover the Watts case. Now you hear him talking and bragging about how he interviewed Chris Watts. We listened to Frank Sr.'s last night, one of his pleas of what they've gone through.
Spoke with Chris Watts back in 2019, I want to say, and it was a long interview. So like, there's a lot of stuff like that that will be for memberships. But when it comes to cases where there's a child missing, where there's a person on the run who should be in prison, when there's a public safety situation,
when there's a person on the run that should be in prison, what?
And a child, that's not right to be charging. And that's another, no matter what, you don't charge. But I understand, yeah, you need to make a living, and that's great. Cable television charges, they all do. They do.
Land the fucking plane, bro. Land the fucking plane.
That, and it's a business. For us, it's not. That's the thing. I don't get involved.
It's not a business for them.
In YouTube to come out and get clicks and do these long videos, and there's nothing against that, because the long videos on YouTube, they're in Cavalcante. You guys solved the effing case. You did. Because if it wasn't for us on YouTube, not me, not one person, if it wasn't for YouTube and X and Facebook, do you really think the world would have come down? No, they wouldn't give a shit. It was YouTube.
Are you what? What is this guy smoking? Because I need some of this. What the fuck?
Tweeted out that we had the most beautiful community, not mine, the YouTube community, because look what we did. We outran the mainstream media. We got Cavalcante spotted, apprehended, seen. I mean, they were chasing him around because of X.
Thank you, sis.
And YouTube. We came together, and this case has torn YouTube apart. And I've seen tweets over the past many months. This summer, I don't know YouTube drama, and I really don't care.
Chico, yo. I need 67 of you 443 in here that aren't subbed up to Chico to go sub up to Chico. Please and thank you. So 67 of you, please. There's going to be a link dropped in the comment section. I need y'all to go sub up to my girl Chico, please. And thank you. Her content's great. Real, raw conversations about her community in Tennessee. A lot of stuff that's going on down there. Please go sub up. Thank you.
I posted earlier a text message that I had sent to one of the guys on my team.
And if I get one more fucking message from you mofos asking me if Chico's single and can you holler at her, Leave me alone. I ain't a dating service or a dating match over here, okay? She told y'all she looks damn good. She knows that, okay? But I'm not a matchmaker. Nope. No. And that's all Rabbit's fault. Rabbit, that's your fault. You told them she was single. Okay.
And I said, look, man, if we get involved in this, you have to understand that we never have gotten involved in a case and left before it was over. Never, right? It doesn't happen. And we're not going to start now. It's a lifetime commitment, right?
Oh, this is a lifetime commitment for this guy.
So it's not like we can come in, leave tomorrow because he's not found. I'll be here on day 10,500 at age 70. I'll be here until we find out what happened. That's the difference. And I'm not going to be covering 50 things. The stuff on here is going to be Sebastian. It's going to be
Oh. He's dedicating all of his time and energy to Sebastian, and he's there locally right now. Imagine that. JLR's been there, Betty's been there. He's connected to all of these people. Shocking.
facts, and it's going to be what we know, not
Next one on the wheel of fortune.
what we think, not what we guess. Not we have a lead, we're running after it, and it might be this. No, if there's a lead, you guys will find out when there's an arrest. Okay, that's how that works. We're not here for publicity. We're not here for publicity stunts. Shame on the people.
If there's a lead, it should be going straight to TBI, FBI, Sumner County, and that's it. Nowhere else.
That are coming at Dog saying he's in it for publicity. It's funny that you say that. If he wanted a TV show, he would have had one.
Sorry, his TV show was canceled, sir.
Let me just say one.
National networks are not going to pick him up. I'm sorry. I showed you guys last night some of his homophobic rant. Dog has a very problematic past. There is a lot of communities in Hawaii, especially, that he has really fucked with. And he's not well respected like people think. He is a celebrity bounty hunter and had a very chaotic reality TV show. I used to fall asleep to Dog the Bounty Hunter because I loved watching his shows. It's not, now that you see the reality of he's just another exploiter, unfortunately, in these cases, it is what it is. I still think his son Leland is cool as hell. Otherwise, and some of his daughters are great too. Otherwise, no thank you.
One thing. The people online have been begging for attention on this case, and it deserves it. It deserves every ounce of it. And this case was robbed of that attention. Don't attack the.
What? People online have been begging? What? I need some of whatever this guy is fucking smoking, because this is some straight up delusional bullshit. Straight up delusion.
Person that's doing what everybody else failed to do, which is just get the name on the national and the world spotlight. You guys want to find Sebastian. I want to find Sebastian. I don't give a shit about Christopher. I don't give a shit about Seth. I don't give a shit about Kate. I don't. Cool.
Okay. He's saying you don't give a shit about any of the parents, even though those parents love their child. And you should, if you're invested in there and you're going to dedicate your life to it, that's their child. Their child. So what are you there for? Because you're not there for Sebastian. Oh, wait. Did the $50,000 FBI reward have anything to do with it? Or is it because it's right before election season and you and Dog seem to have some very, very extremist propaganda pushing historical nonsense that you like to do?
I don't know anything about them. I don't. Young boy, 16, autism, his whole life ahead of him. I care about him, not so much the comments. There's a little boy either dead, kidnapped, in a basement, and that's a problem. People are, whoa, the truth serum. You guys are such idiots. If you can read, that would be amazing, but you can't. Do you guys see the law firms that are backing it? One of the attorneys is a former attorney general, okay? So do you think that our attorney is going to yeah, you can't take all that stuff at once. No shit, I would hope not. Those are examples as it reads. And if you sign up for it, and we go to a hospital, which would be like the University of Pennsylvania or UCLA or Mount Sinai.
Yes, he said 16 again, and now he's going on this rant about how the truth serum and attorneys. I'm sorry, I know some crooked ass fucking attorneys that represent some very criminals. I mean, it is what it is. We know some attorney generals that have some very crooked leanings and associations too. Is that a flex? Is that a flex?
Sinai. We're not going to a damn crack house. We're not going to a corner shop. The attorneys, I'm not coordinating. Dog's not coordinating. If they agree, guess what happens? The lawyers, they call the state health officials, and they call the hospitals, their legal teams, and they call the FBI, and they tell the FBI, look.
Well, fuck, we're just one step away, some heavy ketamine infusions with a psychic. I wonder if what's her name could clear her schedule and come do some written down under some. This is seriously the Tim Ballard shit again. Like, I'm not even joking right now. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, Tim Ballard, the freaking hero of Sound of Freedom, aka the Sound of Fraud, used a psychic, which is not widely accepted in the Mormon religion as is, which he is no longer a part of, and did these ketamine infusions. A psychic and ketamine infusions are where they got their tips and their leads on how to go find trafficking children. Children that were being trafficked. Their intel came from visions under heavy ketamine infusions. And you can say I'm full of shit all you want. Fucking go check it out. And a psychic. That's where they got. Yeah, tell me that we're not far off here. Okay.
We can get it done. Can we make it work? And we pay for it. That's very legal, you idiots. That's why I don't give into trolls, but I'll give you that one.
Yeah, legit ketamine. Yeah. Cranked up a notch. Yes, that's what he was doing. These guys are talking about a true serum. Same type of shit. It's used to, it's basically like Rohypnol. It's used to try and coerce confessions under, it's not even, it's illegal. I mean, it is what it is. He can twist it anyway. There's experimental places that will do shit like this. But yeah.
Any other stuff about what the tactics? There's a missing boy with autism. It's been 7 months. What do you want me to do? Can I have some answers, please? No, it's time for answers. We need to know what happened. We need to know now. And I hope that little town knows that we're coming and we're not leaving. We're not leaving until it's over. We're not here to step on toes. We are working in.
By the way, the psychic's name that I'm talking about in the Tim Ballard stuff was Janet Rousson.
Dependent from law enforcement, which means that information goes to them, not staying with us. We're not going to go catch. We're not going to go and people that are saying, don't call them. What do you think? We're going to kidnap him again? Are you stupid? Why would we offer $50,000 more to kidnap the kid? You guys are ridiculous.
Where do we even know that money is legit? Because every interview that Dog has done about any cases that he was potentially going to get involved in, he talks about funding and they need funding and they need this and they need that. And he's declined actually getting involved with a lot of missing persons cases. What makes this one different? The FBI $50,000 reward?
Wherever he's at now, he's much safer with us, guaranteed. We'll go to Dairy Queen on the way home. I don't know if he's going to, depends which home he's going to. We'll have to find out what happened. And damn, we'll take him to Six Flags. A lot better.
For anybody that's just coming in, this is Nick the Hat. Nick the Hat did a controversial media site called Your Content News. He got busted for some fraud and writing some emails staged as an official. You can go look it all up. I can, if I have time, I'll pull it all up and show you guys, which we need to do because I've got a deeper dive of like how all these people connect. JLR worked with him. He's out of Pennsylvania. Him and JLR have known each other for quite some time. Yeah, that's who this guy is.
Better than being stuck in a basement, God forbid. And I hope.
And he is now associated with Dog the Bounty Hunter and yeah, fucking major red flags.
Is alive. And that is honestly our hope. Right now, on my book, he's not dead. He's not dead. Alive. Until we have indication of death. We don't have that. And you guys know.
Gotcha. Yeah, it can be really dangerous. It can be done. It can be amazing for some people, but when they start playing with the doses and use it like in outside of a typical setting, like they use it for a lot of stuff. They use it for psych a lot, and like a reset, pain management. They use it for like there's a lot of good uses for it, but there's also a lot of nefarious purposes. That's kind of similar to the purpose of a truth serum, what they were calling this combination of medications that they were going to try and use to elicit confessions out of anybody that they could get their hands on that would agree to it. In this case with Sebastian.
Okay, I guess the trolls are going to come at it, but I don't really have to address it. We have a lot of relationships with law enforcement because we try to help them where they need the help. We're not here to step on their toes. They know what we're doing. Again, guys.
They know what we're doing. You just heard Dog say that he can bend all of the rules until they fracture, right?
It's about keeping it civil. It's about getting the.
It's about keeping it civil.
Facts out, and you guys, not all of you, but you really derailed the case. Tips.
You really derailed the case. YouTube really derailed the case. I mean, yes and no. The actual foundation of the case, YouTubers have caused a lot of chaos and confusion and conflicts and rumors and unnecessary tips and leads and keeping the family under surveillance and stalking the family and harassing the family and a lot of bullshit like that. But as far as the foundation of the case, no, that's intact, and law enforcement is handling the case. So this clown over here is now aligned with one of the main factors who created a lot of the bullshit in this case. But go on.
Were coming in by the thousands with the dumbest stuff possible. The FBI, let me break something down for you. FBI, they don't get involved to babysit, right? And has anybody here ever hired an FBI agent to come and babysit their kid? No. They don't do Amber Alerts, right? They investigate crime. Molly Tibbetts went missing in Brooklyn, Iowa. I was there covering that. What happened? The FBI put out a reward for a missing person of $50,000. Why? Jamie Kloss. Why'd they put out a reward? Because there's foul play, because it crosses state lines. That's why. The FBI is not going to step on the toes of TBI for no reason. This is a multi-jurisdictional case. That's a fact. The case is far from over. That's a fact. It's being revamped. That's a fact. And the pressure is coming. YouTube, I love you. And we're going to send, I'm going to stay supporting the people that obviously stick to the facts and stop the drama. Stop that shit. It is a missing boy. There is a missing boy. Your headlines should say missing boy. Until there is enough to say there's a suspect, shame on you. Because if that was your child, I guarantee you wouldn't like that. But a lot of you guys don't think like that, right? Because we're on a screen. Difference is I meet these people. I meet a lot of them. Just like I met the people that you guys came at, not my followers, the random people during Cavalcante saying, oh, you guys left your keys in the van. The comments that are made might not look.
This guy is just a clown. This guy is straight up just what is happening here?
Like it hurts people, but when you meet them in person, it does. And for somebody to start accusing just left and right of something as serious as that, let me tell you something. I would be furious if I got accused of doing something to my nephew. You need more than somebody wearing a shirt. You need more than that. The internet does solve a lot of cases. Do not get me.
What? The internet solves a lot of cases? Huh? The internet creates a lot of cases.
Wrong at all. If it wasn't for YouTube, there would be thousands of cases unsolved to this day.
Oh, if it wasn't for YouTube, there'd be thousands of cases. Meanwhile, I can only think of like 2 that actually, I think, were impacted positively by YouTubers.
Be thousands of bad people out there. But right now, YouTube, it's not too late to fix what happened with Sebastian. Why did we ditch Sebastian? You didn't ditch you're not just chasing clicks. You ditched a 15-year-old child who has autism.
Oh God, that noise.
What are you chasing? Who are you calling? Who are your sources? Who? Anybody? You guys want to go into my record? I'll get into it a little bit. Yeah, guess what? I got in trouble before because I don't give up my sources. Hence how I have them, right?
Dude, what? Because you don't give up your sources, or AKA you pretend to be a source and imitated people. Excuse me, what? You don't give up your sources, but you pretend to be a source and pretend to be an actual journalist. Holy shit.
If I was such a fake news guy, I wouldn't be friends. All of my friends are law enforcement. All of my friends.
All of your friends are law enforcement, so you went from being in prison to being besties with law. I mean, total makes sense. Makes total sense. All of his friends are law enforcement. Every single one of them. Dog's not law enforcement. Dog spent a year in prison for murder in Texas. He's not law enforcement, so you just lied right there.
Are doing network television. I wouldn't be in that arena, right? I don't care what people say because
network television. Dog's show's been canceled. Huh? I'm really fucking confused by this.
Because at the end of the day, find a story that I've done on YouTube or on my X that was wrong, please, and you can tag me in it, and we'll go from there. But
I mean, right here, you said he was 16. There you go. You're making this whole to-do about nothing. You guys are trying to paint a picture in national media that it's about a custody case when we don't even have facts that that's what this was about. Timing is suspect. The 26th. The 26th happened to be the date that Katie filed for divorce. Yeah, that's interesting. But they had an agreement that he was going to go stay with his dad for the summer.
yeah, fake news. I don't care. Call me what you want. Come at me. Don't come at the family because you guys are just causing.
Don't come at the family. Don't come at the family. Meanwhile, later this evening, after he did these 2 live streams, because there's not just this one, there's another one. Then his buddy Dog goes on national TV and goes at the family, basically. Say it ain't so.
Causing so much commotion that it is distracting a lot of stuff. I'd rather the idiots come and target me. Come on, timer going off. So that way, let the family grieve, and if they're not grieving,
What? What? Okay, let's go to the next one. Oh, brother. Why? Why do these guys make my brain hurt so bad? Why? I'm sorry. I gotta say this too. I don't give a shit if you have a record. Let me tell you. I don't care if you're a felon and you've served your time and you've made your debt to society, you paid your debt to society. There's a lot of shit I should have done in my life that probably would have been misdemeanors. I don't have a fucking record. Don't even have a traffic ticket. I got a warning one time and I was so proud of it. I bragged to you guys and showed it because I was like, look at me go. I'm catching up. Actually, I'm just saving it for that one special time because, you know, there's some people. Anywho, how is it that the grimiest of the grimy get involved in these cases like this? Anybody answer me that? There's a reason why these people work independently from law enforcement. Oh, lie to me. You might be onto something here. Okay, let's go on. Because this is just maddening at this point.
see. And we're coming back on right now. So again, guys, it's not about the clicks. It's not about any of that. It's more so about Sebastian.
Oh.
Sebastian went missing. Sebastian is not home. Sebastian has to come home. That is what has to happen. We have to get answers. You guys attacking the family is not helping. You guys attacking the family isn't really doing anything. If you started attacking them 7 months in, perhaps it would have helped. Not on day 2. You don't do that. It's just not right. Again, guys, if it was your child, you wouldn't want that on the 2nd and 3rd day. Let's remember how the YouTube channels used to do this.
Let's talk about the 2nd or 3rd day after Sebastian went missing, since you seem to not know the facts. So the 2nd or 3rd day after Sebastian went missing. So the first day, law enforcement had a heavy presence. They had multiple dogs in and out of the home. They did an incredible deep investigation into the home and the surrounding areas. Within hours of him going missing and being reported missing to Sumner County, they had fixed wing aircraft up in the air. They had dogs on the ground. They had people all over in the woods. They searched an incredibly large surface area. Well, not surface area. 5-mile radius around the house was searched. In the first 3 days, Seth Rogers was there. During the daytime, he did not stay there. We know that. He was there present. He actually arrived on the scene before Chris Proudfoot got there. Chris Proudfoot got there with flashers on into the neighborhood. We know that. They have told us that. They were all working with law enforcement to find Sebastian. Day number 2, by the evening of day number 2, a GoFundMe was being discussed between Seth Rogers and Seth's sister for living expenses for Seth. Day 3, GoFundMe is put up for expenses for Seth Roger for him to live because his son was missing. How did he know he was going to be out of work? Just a question. So then that brings in conflict. The GoFundMe brings in conflict. They asked to have it removed. He declined. Actually, multiple people declined to remove the GoFundMe. That imploded. Day 3. Seth's parents came up and went back within a couple days too. All in that first week. That's what happened within the first couple days. But there was a heavy law enforcement presence. He was actually kicked out of the command center by law enforcement. Why? Factually, we don't know. He's claimed that he was trying to look at their computers. Could there be more than that? Sure. We don't know.
A year ago, let's say, what happened in the past year that you guys committed moral bankruptcy? What? Because it was a different place. The family is, let them grieve, okay? Let the family grieve. Let me tell you something. If they are hiding something, the next month will tell. That next month will tell if they are hiding something. If you people,
it's only been 6 months that law enforcement has been, involved in this. All of the agencies have been involved in this, but within a month of them being there, they're going to be able to tell. They're going to know if they're hiding something. They're going to, they have it all. Fuck. Everybody go home.
Back away and cover the truth. Cover what's happening. Don't stop covering the case. Cover both of them. If you're going to cover Kate, cover Seth. If you're going to cover Seth, cover Kate. Don't.
Her name's Katie, not Kate, you fool. So we've got Sean and Kate now.
Cover the parents, honestly, because you don't have to. They don't need to be covered right now because there's not really a reason except speculation. Now,
No shit, Sherlock. If we're following law enforcement, they've been cooperative and their stories have been vetted. Nobody's cleared because there's not even a crime at this point in time. It's an open investigation, not a criminal investigation. But go on.
Now, let me tell you one thing. You guys know that we are very vicious when it comes to getting information.
Very vicious when it comes to getting information.
And when we find the person or people responsible, or when we find the lies, and you guys know we find lies, we will find their lies.
Like we're looking at your eyes and seeing all the lies.
Let us amplify them, and it will be correct. We have to stop this whole lynching of one guy, going after this Seth, or going.
Oh, we have to stop going after Seth. Hey, Cash. Thank you for being a member for 19 months. Hey, MK. What? We need to stop going after Seth.
This isn't the Super Bowl. You guys, I don't want to use the word, but a lot of you are morons. This is a missing child, and you're treating it.
A lot of you are. Well, I agree with that. There's a lot of morons, but I think you just signed yourself up to be the top of that list.
Like the Super Bowl. Team Proudfoot, Team Seth. There's no damn team except Team Sebastian. That's the name that I need to hear. And I'm not gonna lie. If I see another headline and people that keep doing these videos, can you block people on YouTube? Because I'm
sure. Block the fuck out of me. Please do. Please save me the soul, but I'll still be able to see your shit. I don't do true crime. I call out the characters that insert themselves into active investigations, such as yourself and your buddy dog, the bounty hunter over there. The washed up celebrity dude. The homophobic, racist gentleman. Yeah, that's kind of what I do. Hi. Block away.
I can't.
And I made sure I tagged you in this, so you're welcome.
Stand it. You guys are trying to run on what? This is a little boy. That's why we got involved. This thing got so convoluted that they're never going to find him if I leave it to YouTube. How do we?
They're never going to find him if I leave it to YouTube. They're never going to find him if I leave it to YouTube. Who is this motherfucker? Who is this?
Not gotten.
Besides a basement dweller that should be still saying, Mom, my Hot Pocket's cold.
At least involved.
Can you imagine being married to this fool?
Really trust YouTubers to solve the case, guys? I'm not solving the case at all. But
no shit. We don't need you to tell us that, but thank you.
Let me tell you, tonight, watch the news, not the local news, not that stuff. Watch the national networks, prime time. Watch them.
We just did. We watched Ashley Banfield, where dog calls Seth Sean.
And YouTubers, if you guys want to keep playing with misinformation, trust me, we will be on the national networks every single night, and you're not going to have much to work off of because the networks
every single night. Okay, so okay, big britches here.
We'll flag the hell out of any content that you take from them, and we'll make sure that happens because again,
and we'll make sure that happens. Look at this guy.
Again, the company, you're dealing with a corporation. We're not playing games. This is now like this case pissed me off a lot. I don't get mad, but I get mad when it involves a child and people that are not. I'm not saying you're exploiting him, but you're not covering it correctly. A lot of people are not covering it the way they should be. A lot of people should be covering it different. Guess what? If there are no updates, there are no updates. And if you want to stay on the case, you do what I'm doing. It's a 5-minute video. That's
actually it's 18 and 29 seconds to be factual.
That's it.
And you just did a 14-minute video before this one.
Going forward, guys, I'm going to be getting updates when there are. And if there's not
updates when there are, so more salacious bullshit.
I'm going to tell you that there are no updates, and I'm going to remind you of what we know because we have to drill that into our heads and get that BS out. right now.
Oh.
Everybody's a suspect. Seth, Christopher, Kate, same boat. But let me tell you, Seth cooperating so far. Seth has agreed to undergo many tests, and Seth
has agreed to be their test dummy in the lab. Okay. Okay, and he still can't get Katie's name right. Okay.
Literally cooperating. I'm not saying he's the great guy, but guess what? Cooperating. At the end of the day, Dog's involvement isn't for publicity on him. And it's a shame on the people that are saying that. I kind of laugh because you've been begging for a radio station to pick it up. And I'm not saying that Sebastian doesn't deserve to be amplified. He deserves to be more than amplified. This kid needs to be on everywhere. Okay, we have a little boy that's missing. But what? A guy comes in.
Actually, there's thousands of missing kids. Not saying Sebastian doesn't matter, but we're overlooking the fact that this is just in national media. There's media attention around this case. That's why these guys are interested in it. You can't convince me otherwise. So, okay.
And overnight, you guys are on TMZ, Daily Mail, World News, and you're angry. Give me a break. I think people are angry because the facts are about to come out. If you're scared because you're going to lose your following, it's not too late, guys. Just start saying, I should have taken my blinders off and I got stuck in it. I got stuck in a mess and I don't know why, but let's start it over, guys. Here's what we know. Sebastian.
This guy is, whoo. He's like BHB JLR on steroids. This is epic. Oh, this guy's a clown.
15 left. Didn't leave home. We don't know. Was last seen the night he went to bed. And then the next morning, his mother reported him missing. Go off of what TBI has out. Listen, you guys know that we do give details out, but we never essentially overstep our boundaries. We are here to get the guy caught.
Get the guy caught. Get the guy caught. What guy? What guy are we catching? What guy? What the fuck, man?
Bounty hunter is going to be working on it nonstop for publicity. We just chased, I don't even know what to call Zimmerman, the cross-dressing cross-country thing for 70.
The cross-dressing cross-country thing. That's what he chooses to go with. Tell me he's far off from Dog and what we heard Dog say last night. Oh. No, this is JLR on birth control. Fuck out of here.
Days. Did they see the publicity? We did not chase publicity. But where was Dog? Chasing for 70 days. Yeah, publicity. Let me tell you, it's a shame. At the end of the day, there's a kid missing. The more networks, the better. Do you honestly think TMZ would have picked it up?
TMZ, we looked at that last night too. TMZ has Dog's face in front of the missing child. TMZ posted their tip lines, not the actual law enforcement tip lines. TMZ just picks up salacious headlines. It didn't do anything for Sebastian. It was publicity for Dog.
Anybody else out involved? No. It's good that they picked it up because guess what? Maybe if he's in another town, let's think of theories. If Sebastian is alive in that town, people watch TMZ. They watch it, right? Compared to what, Channel 2 series. I like that Tennessee channel. I was trying to make fun of Philadelphia. Tennessee channel 2, channel 2 in Tennessee. You guys are cool. But I'm saying
they're called WKRN.
Overall, people that are younger are not going to sit there. The weather today is 85 and we have this. No, they go to TMZ because that's where they go. And
the fuck goes to TMZ for your news? Excuse me, what? Oh, we're dealing with a whole other group. I don't know if I have the brain capacity for this shit anymore. Truly, with these clowns involved.
They reach 150 million people a day. That's people we need to get Sebastian's face on. Oh, not ours, not Dogs.
150 people who think that TMZ is a legit news source. Yeah, that's a great, yeah. Reaching for the stars right here. That's the people that we need to see this.
If it takes using Dog's name, which he will do, because he's been using his resources and putting a lot of resources in these cases. This isn't his first missing persons case. Get out of here. You know what I mean? This isn't his first rodeo, and he's not here to go running through fields. No, he has a lot of resources to bring to the table, and there are companies that are willing to pay for those resources. So again, we're here to find Sebastian. We're not here to essentially, I don't know, what's everybody else doing? Why are you guys covering the Sebastian case, but just covering like stale? He was at the mall last week, this guy, the dad. Oh, look, he's shopping.
You notice he keeps pushing out stuff about Seth. He was at the mall last week, meanwhile, completely discounting what has happened and them keeping surveillance on Katie and Chris. In fact, I have not seen anybody keeping Seth under surveillance, not at all throughout this last 6 months.
Guys, there's a little boy. The headlines should say the little boy. It shouldn't say anything about the parents. again, what we're going to do is we're going to do what we do best. We're going to stop the misinformation. You don't
Oh, he's going to stop the misinformation. Okay. Okay.
believe me, I don't care. You guys can go elsewhere. Keep going with the others because it is what it is. The information that you're going to be hearing from us is
As he's putting out that this is a 16-year-old. Okay.
going to be on the same exact networks that everybody has on in their living room. Okay. And since YouTubers, you guys wanted to get greedy, we're taking that basketball, Sebastian's ball, and we're giving it to the news networks starting tonight.
Oh, he's giving the basketball, which is Sebastian, to the news media. Oh, so now he's stepping in. Is he above Tony? I need a breakdown of this team now because it seems like Seth, Tony, and Nick might be next in line of. I'm not really sure. Who's ahead of who? Interesting.
Sebastian's going to be back on the news nationwide because YouTube, you guys botched it. And this is your chance to redeem yourself.
Oh, this is your chance to redeem yourself. Who does this clown think he is?
The creators, this is your chance tonight to redeem yourself.
And people are salivating over this guy like, oh my God, they're going to do such a great thing.
Tonight, watch the national networks. I'll tease it out later on.
He'll tease it out later on. It was Ashley Banfield.
And the information that's said on that newscast, you broadcast loud. You amplify the hell.
No, we're not going to, because Dog is inciting a whole lot of stuff against the parents of a missing child who have been cooperating with law enforcement, and their stories have been vetted. So no, we're not going to be doing that. But thanks for pushing more bullshit
out of it.
But he said he was going to be stopping the misinformation. Meanwhile, they're a part of it.
And we'll start getting shit done. Stop with the rumors. Stop with the gossip. Stop with the fluff. Stop with the jokes. There's a little boy who might be alive, and the more you guys are delaying it, he might die.
Oh, the more we're delaying it. Oh, fuck, oh dear. Wow. This guy is like fucking Joel Osteen, the new age fucking Pee Wee Herman version.
If you didn't start the drama on the first week, maybe Sebastian would have been found. But
okay.
But no, let's distract. Let's find a suspect. There goes a suspect right here, guys. You see him? He's walking. That guy right there.
We don't even know if this is a criminal case. There could be a possibility that Sebastian just walked out of the home, and there might not be any nefarious involvement if we're following the facts. We don't know.
Stop.
Holy
it's getting ridiculous. There's a little boy on the loose, and it's ridiculous. A little boy, child. And you guys are sitting here, teenager, but you guys are sitting here and saying all this stuff, and you forget to talk about Sebastian. Again, stay vigilant, watch the news, and I can care less about the trolls. You guys, people that are arguing with trolls, let them have it. Like, let them have their little talk. I don't care because I think it helps with analytics. And trolls, come at me. I like that. I'd rather you people come and attack me because I can handle it. I can handle a million of you idiots. Don't go bothering morning people. I'll handle you. Come to me and we'll troll all day. I can handle it. I really don't care about trolls.
He'll just make some
trolls because you guys call them the pop or whatever. You guys are just a joke, the trolls. You have too much time on your hands, and I don't know. It must be nice. But again, guys, I'm going to be on here every day until we find Sebastian. If I'm 70 years old, you're going to see me. I'm not the others. We are only covering Sebastian unless like 9/11 happens again and we have to do one day of that. Everything else is going to be done for Sebastian. This is going to be Sebastian's channel until he's found, until we have answers, until somebody's in.
This is going to be Sebastian's channel. I'm going to back that fucking up right there. Did you just hear what he said?
I'm not the others. We are only covering Sebastian unless like 9/11 happens again and we have to do one day of that. Everything else is going to be done for Sebastian. This is going to be Sebastian's channel until he's found. And
this is going to be Sebastian's channel until he's found.
So we have answers, until somebody's in jail, until the case is closed, not cold. The case goes cold, we're on it. The case is closed, meaning they have an answer, then we're done. We're not these other guys that come in and we'll do a little here, come back in 5 months or 2 weeks with nothing. Every day you will hear from us. Every day there will be an update. Different days you'll have different people on. To the YouTubers that are going to start covering the facts instead of just guessing stuff.
Oh, I'm going to cover the facts of what fucking train wrecks you guys are. Law enforcement is doing their job and will be providing facts when and if they deem necessary. They don't owe us anything. There's a missing child here, And all of you guys are playing with this case like it's a fake person. Like they're acting like this is just all a game of Clue. There's a real child missing and a real family that's being impacted by this.
I'll be in contact with you because there's a lot to this case that needs to eventually get out there once a few more things are in, like the ducks are in a row, right? There are things that have to get out. It's not
Oh, really? There are, huh?
a rush because we're on month 7. There is a rush, obviously. When I say there's not a rush, I'm talking 5 days, 6 days, starting tomorrow, and starting tonight. Information.
Take my fucking internet away, Revival. Duchess, Chico, Pika, somebody take the fucking internet and cancel my internet subscription. If this is where we're headed, I'm out. I am fucking out. This is unbelievable. And this is so disheartening and ridiculous and sad. So you've heard him already tote Seth's stuff. You can tell what he's going to be doing with Katie and Chris. It's very apparent. You can see his connections. They're there. We know what Dog's up to. This is disgusting. This is truly, the law needs to stop this shit from happening. We've got to start passing laws. And I'm not saying I'm tapping out. Fuck no. I'm saying my brain's probably going to be in override and you're probably going to hear a lot more F-bombs if that's even possible coming out of my mouth. Because I'm going to continue to highlight the harm and the misinformation. And by the way, if you do to me like you did to other creators that have called you out before by doxing their entire families and putting them in fake articles and all that stuff, game on. Your attorneys, all that posturing shit that you've been throwing out here trying to scare people, we're not doing that. I'm sticking to the facts. I'm using your own fucking words to make you look like the clown you are.
Coming out. Watch the news. And I'm going to tweet out what networks. You'll see that information. And you use that on your streams. You use credible information. You don't take anonymous sources. There's a reason. The only anonymous sources I take are law enforcement officials that I meet in person and that I have a relationship with.
I thought you were best friends with law enforcement.
If you give me info online, I'll never use it without asking. And then I ask if I can name you. And if you say no, you can go to hell. I'm not doing that. The only people that need protection right now are law enforcement. Nobody in the Sebastian case really needs to be protected by a source confident. My source.
What?
Is telling me. Who's your source? The mother's best friend?
There is no the fuck is this dude doing? If anybody has information, it should be going directly to law enforcement and that's it. Nobody else. There is a child missing.
Or the dad's brother? Who? Or the stepdad's uncle? Who's your source? Because that's great. That might lead us to find some information. Again, guys, stay safe, stay vigilant. Watch the news tonight. It's going to be on, and it's going to be on for quite some time. We're not going away. We'll be here every day until Sebastian.
Yeah, that 5-minute segment was so great.
Is found, until the person or persons who did this are held accountable, and until the information and the record is straight. And then we're staying on. But the record begins getting straightened out today and tonight. Again,
oh, the record's getting straightened out. Okay, by pushing a false narrative on News Nation last night. Okay, that's what we. There you go. Why do you think there was an intentional leak of a custody document that Chris actually called and asked people to remove? Why do you think? And anybody's questioning where that came from? Try again.
Again, guys, I'll be on every day. Follow me on X for updates that are up to the minute whenever I hear something. I tweet it out all the time. But it looks like we're back in the game. We're going to be out in Tennessee soon. Soon, we're going to organize parties, search parties. We're going to organize stuff like that to ensure we find, hey, Sandy, how are you? Thank you. We're going to ensure that we do stuff to make a difference. We're not here to just get clicks. We need answers. We need answers. We need evidence. We need information. They are re-examining a lot of the material that was collected. And there's a good amount. But guess what? Distractors, you guys hop in. And then you cause so much commotion in the key players' face. Thank you, Kim. But like, say, for example, if a parent already has thousands of you in their ear, do you think they're going to be able to speak with law enforcement without thinking about the crap that you're saying all day? No. So,
they didn't even talk. Oh, Jesus. The parents have been silent recently. Well, Chris and Katie have been, to my understanding, besides asking for that to be removed, because who wouldn't do that? That's his child. I mean, that fucking people just blow my mind. But they've been silent. They've been working with law enforcement. They worked with law enforcement extremely close in that first week. They knew every movement that they made. They approved everything. Like, this guy is just a fucking fool.
So you are literally mind-effing these people, but you did it so soon that you put them in a lockdown, and now we've got...
Seth picked his team. I'm sorry. I'm not, again, I do not feel that Seth Rogers at this point in time, just off of evidence. Now, I've got personal feelings. Please understand that I'm being very careful on what I put my opinions out here publicly on. If we're following law enforcement's lead, the parents have been cooperative and there's no evidence of foul play at this point in time. Could that change? Yes. And that their stories have been vetted. That's all we know. Do I have personal opinions that make my brain feel like it's on acid? Yes. Because Seth has told us all along the way, and we're going to go back. I promised you guys we're going to go back to the whiteboards. We are. There's just too many people that are causing chaos. We're going to go back to the whiteboard because I want to show you how Seth brought in each and every member of that team, and one by one, why they got released and what was going on and why that was happening. Because he has told us numerous times that he is the boss. He is in charge of this show. You don't have to think he's guilty of something, but the rumors, the gossip, the misinformation, the disinformation has intentionally came down through Seth's team. And you can't overlook that. It is what it is. I hate to say it because he is the parent of a missing child. And I do believe he loves his son. But I also, as I've said very publicly before, question that if he dislikes his ex-wife more than he loves his son at times. And that's based off his own actions.
How to break that lock out. I don't care if we have to drive a tank through it. And like I said, we have the resources to pull it off. If they agree to the testings, we'll see if it's possible. If it's not, we tried, but I'm pretty sure we can pull it off because.
Why do you think they came out with that statement? To get people to talk about it, to get people to raise a ruckus about it, to get it in the algorithm, to do all this. They want the attention. They know how to grab it. Putting stuff like that out there and saying that they might use stuff like that is going to get a reaction. People are going to talk about it. These people are PR campaign runners. This is what they do. They know how to get shit in the media. They know how to amp up people. This is what they are pros at doing.
Hospitals like UPenn, they are research hospitals, but they are the best hospitals in the world. They're not going to kill you. If they agree, if it's allowed by the authorities. Again, one of our attorneys is the former attorney general. Google, Bruce Castor. There's the name. If you guys go on Google right now, type in the name Bruce Castor. He represents One World. He represents One World with Joseph Lesniak. Bruce Castor is the former attorney general of Pennsylvania. He was the prosecutor in Montgomery County, the DA, for 15 years. You think he doesn't know the law? What are you, stupid? YouTube lawyers have no idea, literally no idea about the law.
YouTube lawyers have no idea about the law, even though they're lawyers.
You guys might understand the facts of the case. Not all of you, but see, that's the thing. I don't want to take it out on everybody because it's not a lot of you. It's literally probably a small handful, but it's enough of you that it got down the wrong pipelines. And I'm not saying the family. I'm saying you guys really got down the wrong ears with the stuff that was coming out. And those ears have money, apparently, and they're bringing in the cavalry.
Those ears have money, apparently, and they're bringing in the cavalry.
So, again, the facts are going to be coming from the media, the mainstream media. And then
the facts should be coming from law enforcement, no one else.
The YouTubers, like there will be a good list of YouTubers who have, there's a lot of you that are going to honestly cover it the way we should. We're not the damn Fox. Why are we going to be Fox wants Republicans, CNN wants Democrats.
And there's some of his political shit.
Why are we picking sides? This is supposed to be about unity. YouTube is amazing.
No, sir. This is about a missing child, right? Can we get back to what you're... See how we just took a little bit of a detour into what I was talking about last night? Okay.
And it still is, but we have to fix what has been done so we don't ruin the damn...
You're slipping up here and showing a little bit of your ass with your political stuff here, bro.
Name of the true crime community that solves a lot of cases. You know, like a lot of cases, a lot of leads come from you guys, all of you. Your comments, they come from you. That's where they come from, okay? At the end of the day, that's where their leads come from. You guys solve cases, but...
You guys solve cases, amping up the audience to call in fake leads off of YouTube comments by random accounts.
In this instance, you are derailing it, and not because you're saying this person is this or this. Some of the stuff that comes out has to be checked out, right? And then they check it out. And when you have 300,000 of you sending stuff, they're going to check out 200. Well, guess what? You just used the whole task force's time allocation for Sebastian, right? So
meanwhile, he was telling people to call and check and see if these people were cleared. What the fuck, bro?
Now, poor Sebastian has nobody looking for, say, 48 hours because you guys used all of the hours to talk about what? I saw a YouTube channel and it said that this happened, but they leave that part out. They leave that I watched it on YouTube out. I saw this.
Yeah, that's dangerous. That's kind of what you guys are amping up again and claiming that you're not. Okay.
YouTube, add that because that's a big difference. You didn't see anything, bud. You saw it on YouTube. You didn't see it for yourself. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. A lot of creators, people that watch you, I don't want to use the word, I guess they're lightheaded or something because they go to the police.
They're lightheaded.
As if they saw it themselves. And it's ridiculous. Like, they're not first person witnesses, guys. They are watching YouTube.
No shit, Sherlock. Wow, this guy got his brain at fucking Temu for sure.
YouTube. Big difference. YouTube is not a window. It's a channel, or it's a website with amazing channels, amazing people, the most beautiful true crime community, and how stuff gets done. Again, guys, stay safe, stay vigilant. Sebastian, we will find you, and we will find out what happened. Trust me. So Sebastian just became my full-time job, which
Sebastian just came his full-time job. So this is Sebastian's channel, and now Sebastian became his full-time job.
means that if he doesn't get found, I am stuck on this case until the end of time. I don't give up. We don't give up. We are going to do everything we can.
I'm so fucking angry right now. I'm so fucking angry right now.
And that is within the law. And obviously, we are following to a T, and we are being held on a leash by guerrilla attorneys. When I say guerrilla attorneys, I mean these guys are very protective about One World Corporation. That's the company that they represent. They're very protective. So you have former attorney general on there. You have a chief prosecutor.
This is what he's trying to posture with, that they have these big attorneys behind them. It's a scare tactic.
You guys know the law, guys. They're not setting us up. And what are they going to do?
Nobody cares about them or this company. We care about the clowns that are interjecting themselves in a missing child's case.
Criminally charge our lawyers for saying, hey, if you guys want, we'll offer this and we'll try to make it work. Give me a break. Again, guys, stay safe, stay vigilant. If you see something, say something. The text number for me is 33.
Nope, not even going to let him give that out. Okay. Okay. So I think you guys have seen the point that I'm trying to make so far. Is everybody following? Anybody confused about this whole leaked custody order? He's mentioning it yesterday. Well, let's go back a day before he mentioned that. When the leak happened. And let's watch how Betty reacted to hearing about this leak. Because Betty went to her backup channel to discuss this leak. And if you know Betty, that's a little weird. Why would Betty go to her backup channel if she wanted this information to get out there? Oh, well, say it ain't so. Let's go over here. Okay.
Hey, it's nice to see you. Somebody said I had clutter behind my head. That's an ice maker. That's the coffee bar. That's the coffee machine. You see a thing going on here. See a thing going on here. Many people don't know I'm going live on this channel. I haven't been on this channel for a little moment to have a conversation. This is kind of my chat and chill channel, but we haven't really chatted and chilled because of all the drama and BS that's been going on. So I thought it'd be a great idea to...
Okay, so this was, let me tell you, let me go over here. Hold on. So this is from 2 days ago, September 4th, 2024. So before, when this leak happened, instead of jumping on her own main channel and talking about it, she comes on her backup channel. So I'm going to bump it up here a few minutes because we don't need to hear all this blubbering. But isn't this interesting?
That nobody's been cleared from this case. We have not received one. So let's chat. There's this horrible rumor going around that Chris and Katie are cleared. If Seth hasn't been cleared, I can guarantee.
He's not coming out and saying he's anti-Proudfoot, but there's a narrative that they're pushing that this has got a custody. There's somebody that they're hunting down, that there's all this stuff. There's an inlaid narrative in this. If you couple Dog's interview from last night with Nick's and all of the posts and things, and they're working with Seth and they've been talking with Seth and the narratives, they're not verbatim saying that they're anti-Proudfoot, but they're definitely implying certain things.
Chris and Katie are not clear. Since the beginning, we were told that nobody's been cleared from this case.
Wolfie, is there something that I missed about the asparagus? I'm so confused on that. I genuinely thought that she was asking about asparagus. I even stopped to answer because I thought she was looking, and now I'm so confused. I didn't even know. I'm so confused on this whole thing with the asparagus.
We have not received one iota of information to the contrary, except a statement allegedly made. I haven't even.
Oh, I definitely agree with that straight talker. 100%. That's my personal opinion too, that I think he's going to show that more. But there's definitely implications that they're trying to inlay with all this stuff for sure.
I haven't seen it yet. So I'm saying allegedly because I haven't seen the reports. I heard about it this morning, that there was a court document in their case in New Mexico. Correct me if I got this wrong, okay, guys? Oh, is there crime?
Isn't this interesting?
Stories of Seth in the house. It's nice to see you. Ooh, I'm in Morocco. But
She is part of Seth's team.
listening. Well, you enjoy yourself. Hopefully it's pleasure and not work. Hopefully it's pleasure and not work. So we're hearing rumors that there were some leaked court documents from Chris and Nina's court hearing over Faith. This is kind of what has been a catalyst to what many believe the reason why Sebastian has disappeared is because of Faith. Chris was very adamant.
Huh. Isn't it ironic that Betty, the day before Nick comes out and says this stuff, the day before Dog the Bunny Hounter, I can't even talk, does all of this. She's hiding on her backup channel, acting like she doesn't know about this leaked document. Right, Betty, right.
He wanted Sebastian out of the house before he got Faith to his house. He wanted Sebastian nowhere near his daughter. That was provided by Chris Proudfoot himself in statements that he made. This is not an assumption or an opinion. This is what we were told by the family.
This is what we were told by the family.
Now, whether that's true or not, it's hard to tell what statements are true and false when it comes to the family.
Again, there is absolutely no reason why Chris would have had any motive to release those documents. None. The only motive I can find by releasing that little paragraph is to stir up this whole thing that Chris is saying that he's cleared so they could amplify that poor Seth hasn't been cleared, so they could go back to this whole custody conversation that they are now trying to say. And you heard Dog say that it all stems back to something. Yeah, you see what the path we're headed here. And this is all Team Seth. These are all Team Seth.
But we heard that in a court document, he wrote in there that he has been cleared. And so now people are taking.
And the only people that would have access to those, again, I talked about Chris, the judges, the lawyers, Nina, people she decided to share those with. She's had a hefty hand in a lot of things that have gone on, and a lot of stuff and rumors and recorded calls, and YouTubers have been drug into a minor custody case that should have never happened.
Taking this statement that Chris made and taking it as fact, in my opinion. Again, I haven't seen any of this. I am literally flying blind here. If somebody wants to send it to me.
She's flying blind, but she knows all the details of this, but she's flying blind. If somebody wants to send this to her, when does Betty ever distance herself from things like this? Oh, when she's trying to make it sound like this was leaked from another side. When they're trying to put a gap in there, of course she couldn't come out and be the first one to break it because then it would look suspicious. So of course it's going to be fed to people who will run with it and make it into content, and they found. But when does Betty ever not want to be the first one to break something? And you can't tell me that they didn't have access to this. Oh, sure.
I will review it, but I'm flying blind here right now. Okay.
Flying blind, but told you everything that happened and what this was.
I have not seen these alleged documents that this stuff is related to.
Betty seems really nervous and looking down a lot. You're lying flat out of your fucking ass, aren't you, Betty?
Oh, Kendra.
You will never convince me that this wasn't intentionally leaked for this exact narrative to amp everything up again to paint a narrative. I'm sorry, it is what it is. You can have your feelings, but you'll never convince me elsewise that this wasn't intentional. And the sad thing is there's a minor child that this involves.
Thank you, Coffee Club Bedhead, our favorite Betty, Bedhead Betty, right? Oh, Pebbles, it's nice to see you, my love. Pete, it's nice to see you. I feel like I just was chatting with all of you guys in another chat somewhere. Must have been dreaming. Oh, Gigi, it's nice to see you. True friends, Ginger Girl. Hey, court order parenting classes and anger management for CP was a big red flag for me. It seems like everybody we've talked to that knows Chris or dated Chris in any type of capacity doesn't do well with
dated Chris in any capacity. Again, another smear campaign on Chris. Well, there's an RO hearing coming up. Okay.
Children. He's not a child-friendly guy. He's
not a child-friendly guy.
Corporal punishment, you do as I say, not as I do type of guy, from my opinion, from my purview, from everything I've watched and witnessed myself with his behaviors, and then hearing, behaviors he exhibited in Miss Bobby's interview, and definitely the detrimental behaviors that he exhibited in Nina's interview. Those are problematic. And Nina's interview was so believable.
She wasn't the only one that spread it around, Natalie. She was one of them, but I think it was intentionally sent to people like that because they will run with anything and don't mind. They don't think about, oh, it's a child custody case. I think that was intentional.
Believable. She didn't have a script. She was answering the
JLR also ran with it, and they're all connected over there with the JLR stuff. I don't believe any of them.
Questions. I don't think that she is this mastermind of manipulation and lying. Okay, I just don't. Now there's always her side, his side, and then there's this thing called the truth, right? So we have to, apply a standard. Okay, give me just a second.
Oh, a standard.
Sorry about that. I wanted to set my do not disturb. But we have to apply a standard here because, I feel like I am completely truthful, but there are things that come out wrong. So, and it's from my purview.
Hell yes, Rockabit. Hell yes, he is, because he did a show on this whole thing too. He absolutely did the same thing. All of these people are doing the exact same thing. And the sad thing is there's children involved in this. It's
what I hear. It's what I saw. It's what I witnessed. One thing I've learned about crime and witnesses and things like that is you could have six separate people, say for a bank robbery, right? You have six people that are, I must be hitting my plate. We have six people in a bank robbery. When the detective goes and pulls all the people witnessed the same exact thing. It wasn't six separate events. It was one event. You get six separate statements, okay? We have to apply a standard. Was Nina believable, and was she telling the truth? I believe she was telling the truth, without a doubt. She appeared to be truthful.
Yeah, I think it was leaked to JLR on purpose, actually. And I think that he leaked it from there, Natalie. I think he was given that information intentionally. He's got alignments with Nick the Hat. Him and Nick have worked together in the past, and you'll notice that there's some people trying to distance themselves and play like different posturing sides of this. Like JLR's came out and done a bunch of content and like tried to play the middle ground some, but all he's doing is playing sides for the story, in my opinion, to continue to create chaos.
But that doesn't mean the statements she was saying are 100% accurate. There is some, things, I don't know. You guys know what I'm trying to say. I'm not going to beat a dead horse. I'm not saying that she's a liar in any way, shape, or form, and I know it's probably going to be turned into that because I'm not speaking well right now. But it's just that there has to be a portion of her statement, just statistically, that might be a little inaccurate. That's what I'm saying. I'm 99% truth, 1% probably a little bit of inaccuracy. Okay, that's for everybody. It's not just Nina. It's everybody. It's all human beings. Okay, that I'm talking about. And when somebody makes a statement in a court document, I always try to say that that's their statement. It's their assessment. Those affidavits aren't court findings. all those affidavits that were produced against Seth that painted Seth with this horrible image and stuff like that. There were no findings of the court for those things to have been true. They were just allegations, unfounded allegations against this man that people have taken and ran wild as truth. Oh, thank you, Crime Stories. God bless you. So when I hear that there's rumors going around that
Natalie, my personal opinion on that, I know you're not asking me, but I don't think it was probably leaked to Seth. That would be stupid to do, because at the end of the day, whoever's leaking minor documents on a minor custody case, if the case is sealed, I don't know if it is technically or not, it should be, but if that is happening, Seth would be the wrong person, in my opinion. I don't think it's going to go from Nina to Seth. That's not, I don't believe that. I bet there's an anonymous email from some anonymous source. That's how I bet this goes.
they are cleared.
But I hope it gets traced down.
I call BS, because we've been fighting to clear Seth, to have the Cold Case Foundation come in and take a look at this case. No law enforcement. I have to think if Chris and Katie are cleared, it would be.
There's some middlemen people here that have been playing games all along on sides over there, that have been getting calls, recording calls, doing stuff on behalf of other people, so certain people don't have to actually have direct contact there, if you get what I'm saying.
Breaking news on every news station in their community, because they have been under the gun for so long. Have we had any news of this breaking news that they are now officially cleared and Seth is the lone wolf that hasn't been cleared? I don't believe it. I really, really, truly, truly just don't believe it. Good morning, Sonia. It's nice to see you, my love.
SS, I don't think that. I think that's too risky. I think it was given to somebody else and sent anonymously to a source. And I have my feelings on that, but until they're confirmed, I can't say for sure. But the people that got it and released it and ran with it were JLR, J for Justice. Look at what Nick the Hat said. Listen to what JLR said. I mean, there's some weird things here. Chris and Katie have not been pushing to be publicly cleared. There has not been any conversation or push from them to be publicly cleared. This was all done to amp up that conversation about Seth isn't being cleared. Law enforcement is treating him like crap, kind of thing. That's my opinion. And again, it's because I've watched how this all played out.
It seems too strategically placed. It seems like this is the messaging of the hate channels in the garbage of YouTube, right?
And do you see how Betty's trying to disconnect herself? She's on her backup channel and she's trying to distance herself from this and instantly is trying to put blame over here.
This seems to be their drumbeat. This is what they wanted. They wanted to discredit me so they can start putting all this misinformation so people are confused. This is a campaign of confusion for the people following this case. That man, that woman are not clear. She was the last one to see this whole.
Nope, nobody has said that. Do you see what I'm saying here? Nobody is pushing for that. Chris and Katie have not came out here and demanded that they be cleared of anything. I know there's been some confusing statements that they made in the beginning of this, but there's not even a crime at this point in time for them to be cleared of. It is so fucking weird. All of this is so weird. Josh from the lab was one of the very first ones, and he was involved in the phone call leaking when that was recorded for Nina's benefit too, on the very day of the custody hearing. Y'all, this shit isn't. If you track how it goes, these people have been involved in the chaos and confusion from jump. And they know who to use to get them to do these salacious things and get it back pushed out there. Because then what happens? JLR releases it and every fucking channel put it up. Justin was going over it. Brooks was going over it. All of them. It's a circle jerk of misinformation and confusion. And all of them are like, Chris isn't cleared. Poor Seth. Chris isn't cleared. And then here comes Nick and Dog.
They don't know where this boy is. There is no way in hell that that woman is cleared. And if they are, well, we already have problems over there in that county now, don't we? So, I don't know. I call BS. I call BS till the cows come home. BS, 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 BS. This is the only man that disappeared when search efforts were underway for 17 to...
And that little blip from the documents doesn't mean shit. That's their court custody hearing, a child custody hearing. He got visitation. It's here nor there. Like, that should have nothing to do with this. Nothing to do with anything. It doesn't matter. We don't even know what it was intended for. Like, that should be off the table.
24 hours. 17 to 24 hours. The misinformation on these channels have got to stop. You as the audience have got to be more involved.
We need a reinforced steel at this point.
In my opinion, and hold these people to the fire with receipts, right? You expect Betty to produce receipts, or at least have them in her possession, custody, and control before she opens her fat mouth, right? So if that's the standard for one, that's the standard for all.
See how hard she's pushing this?
Here's the proof. Not somebody saying, oh, well, you know, I read this, it's got to be true. What did you read it on? Well, it's an affidavit. Well, an affidavit is not a finding of fact or a finding of the court. That's somebody's opinion of what happened. That's Chris saying, oh, I'm cleared. I cleared myself, right? The man that hasn't been able to keep one fact straight. Not even the time that they went to bed or the time how long they were on the phone. I think the only thing in the story that hasn't changed, honestly.
Dee, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. I know this is like want to bang your head off a wall. A lot of this stuff is, you guys, I feel it. And I'm sorry that we even have to talk about it still. But this is just, here we go again. We're back to square one. And it just amplified times 10 with the chaos and confusion that's about to start. I'm sorry to say that, but it's the truth. This is not, there is a missing child here. And they're playing so many games. And it's really unfortunate.
Is that Sebastian walked out the house, right? That's the only thing in their story that has remained the same from the beginning, as he must have walked out the front door. They have no evidence of that.
Arctic, that's because you're smart. So if I'm going to say anything, everybody's going to say, oh, Becky's on her high horse again and being condescending. But if you are to the point where you're going to put up documents from a minor's custody case, you might want to be careful of what you're posting, people, because there's intentional leaks coming out and they're going to continue to happen. There's things being intentionally leaked, and I would be very careful. That's just what I stand by, but do as you wish.
They said, well, you know, by the process of elimination, thank you, Forever Nikki. By the process of elimination, we have determined it was the front door, but I thought you told us that you don't like to speculate.
I don't want to watch any more of her eating, so we're going to fast forward a little bit. She's probably still eating, but I want to get to another part in this because I got another video of her.
I mean, you can hear. Hold on, let me cover it. Yeah, I miss my kid. I don't, right? But when I say I just miss my kid, right? You see, I'm not grieving. But you hear me? Just, you know, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
I think Granny probably, I don't know if she got them from somebody. Maybe Jay. I don't know. I would be assuming, to say the least. I have no idea who she got, but I know she said that Chris called and asked her to take stuff down, which she did. Great. Like, thank God she did. And thank God he called her and she was able, they were able to handle that. But there's just a lot of chaos going on. A lot, Janice. There's so much going on from all different angles, 100%. It is just, maybe, and you guys might have watched it. I don't know if she said who she got them from or who sent them or anything like that. So if you guys did watch and if she said, please let me know.
It's really interesting what you get when you're like, oh, man, I don't know why he walked out of the front door. I mean, I could have understood if we had been fighting.
Why did the screen go out? I mean, no care for me, but why is her screen out? Hold on. Does it come back in?
Front door. I mean, I could have understood if we had been fighting.
Can you guys still? Oh, there she is.
I don't know why he walked out the front door. I'm sure I would have if we had been fighting. Just reality. Okay? Just reality. Trust me, I got a grieving voice too. Right? I got a grieving voice too. But grief is not automated.
She's making fun of Katie.
Okay? It doesn't come on. It doesn't come and go. I've seen one of my friends lose her son, and she was strong as ever could be. Not son, brother, excuse me.
I'm sorry about your friend's loss, but comparing these situations is completely stupid and ridiculous and disgusting.
Brother.
True Betty fashion.
And she was as strong could be until the vigil. And when it was the vigil, she was trying to hold the strong face, and she saw the people, and she literally broke down. It was the worst breakdown. I think I literally broke down right there in the middle of it, and everything that she had been, I'm getting goosebumps telling the story. Everything that she had been holding back and trying to show the strong face erupted out of her uncontrollably. She had literally no control.
No, Revival, you're not the only one. This is vile, cruel, and unusual. like this is disgusting, but people cheered on.
She couldn't hold the brave face anymore. None of that has happened.
You guys want me to back it up again? Hold on. Let me go back here. I'll let you guys hear what she's saying.
And as I said in my tape, I'm going to try to find ways to get permission. I'm not doing anything out there with the proper permissions from.
So they can't say that I skipped over it. No, I'll let you know. She's definitely talking and mocking Katie.
Don't want this. They don't want anything searched. We want everybody to search for them. We want everybody to, but don't search there. Don't search there. Don't search there. Don't search there. If you drive down our street, we're going to have you arrested. Doesn't sound, what they're saying coming out of their mouth and the actions that they are showing to the world do not bode with one another. They want the appearance to the world that they are doing everything they can, but the people that are monitoring and following this case have seen them sit on their hands for 6 flipping months. And it's infuriating. We want some damn emotion out of them. We want to see a mother grieving. It's been 6 flipping months. It's been 190 days.
There you go.
Over 190 days. Over.
Don't ever tell me I'm not being factual. She's absolutely mocking Katie.
6 months. And we can't even get a tear to roll down the lady's face. It's infuriating. Let law enforcement come out and say that they're clear. If they're clear, he should have no problem saying it. He should be screaming it from a bullhorn from the top of the Sumner County Sheriff's Office if they're clear. Just to get this the social media out of their way, right? Because we're just a bunch of buffoons that have no common sense. We're so stupid we don't break the law and we still go to jail. Just saying. According to some, Katie is grieving. I've never seen it. I mean, you can hear.
There you go. She named her. She read a comment, named her. Tell me again I'm wrong.
Hold on. Let me cover it. Yeah, I miss my kid. I don't, right? But when I say, I just miss my kid, right? You see, I'm not grieving. But you hear me? Just, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. It's really interesting what you get when you're like, oh, man, I don't know why he walked out of the front door. I mean, I could have understood if we had been fighting. I don't know why he walked out the front door. I'm sure I would have if we had been fighting. Just reality, okay? Just reality. Trust me, I got a grieving voice too, right?
Tammy's clips. I saw somebody else say that too above you. Just so you guys know, I won't be shocked. Sadly, I'm not going to be shocked. This is exactly what I anticipated. This is what I anticipated to happen.
I got a grieving voice too, but grief is not automated. Okay? It doesn't come on, it doesn't come and go. I've seen one of my friends lose her son, and she was strong.
Okay, now I'm going to fast forward it just so you guys get the point.
It looks like South Haven's out. I bet you we're going to find out that they were at Yogi Bear the whole time, because I heard those rumors too, and I kept focused on Yogi Bear, and there's got to be a reason. Something that I forgot I did back in the beginning is what led me to believe. Oh, shit.
Easy.
Is my yard guy here? I forgot about him. I need to find money. I need to find money. I don't know where my money's at. Money. Oh. Oh, boy. Oh, here we go. This is awesome. Please tell me I have enough. Oh, I do have enough. Okay, good. Sorry, remember I talked to my yard man. I can't handle the yard. I got to get out there. I got to work on these court documents. If you're wondering why I'm online so much today, this early in the morning, is because I got to get all of my work out of the way.
Do you guys want to watch it? Do you guys want to watch the new Nick one? Let me get one more timestamp in here with her. This, I don't know if I have it in me, but we'll do it.
Tore on to turn it, to loosen it up. So I don't want to, injure them. It's brand new, right? So I prefer, before I go any further, just taking it up to a shop and then showing me exactly how to take it off. Because I definitely know it's human error. I know it's my error. I know I'm not doing something right on it. So I'd like to. But getting back to this whole situation about Chris being cleared, it is, in my professional opinion, that is an untrue statement. That is just another lie. We have to remember, he wants everybody, literally since the very first interview, he has told everybody he is cleared and he's passed a polygraph test. And we learned a month later that was a lie. If he's willing to lie to all of us for a month, if he's willing to lie under oath for a protective order, is it really that far of a stretch to believe this man would lie in a court document?
Now you're shocked. Now you're shocked about this court document being leaked.
It just magically be released to the public.
And she didn't know anything about it. And she's trying to distance herself and her side of the team from things. Again, it don't make Chris look good, bad, indifferent. It means nothing. That was months ago. And it just now magically gets released right before all of this kicks off.
Come on, right? It just was leaked, right? The only people that have access to it are Nina and Chris, but it just so happened to be leaked, that particular statement, to the world. I call BS.
Days before Nick and Dog come into the play.
Call misinformation station.
And she's on her backup channel trying to distance herself from it. Claiming she doesn't know, hasn't seen it. Betty, shut the fuck up.
You know? Check messages. I sent you to, it explains where it comes from. Hold on, guys. I wish you'd send it through.
Seriously, Janice. Ugh.
Messenger.
I knew she had connections there, but didn't know that far.
Did you send it through Messenger or text message? Because it's hard on here. When I'm on the phone, I can't get text messages. I can get my other phone and get I'll just look. I think it says what they say it says, but it's such.
Oh, yeah. Natalie, I agree with you on that. Some of the shit that's going on Seth and what's being said there is so far. But unfortunately, at the end of the day, for me, I can't overlook that he picked these people. He's aligned with all of these people. Yes, he still is the father of a missing child, but he has handpicked and associated himself with these people. He is willing to go to court and stand next to this woman who has been actively harassing his ex-wife, the mother of his child. That's a whole lot. I can't get there that he is involved because off of facts, we're not going to get there. But I agree on the other side, it's been terrible too.
Small little pieces. I want to see the document. I want to see what the document title is. What is that document's title that information is in? And it doesn't say what people think it says. Hold on. Let me read it one more time.
Watcher, I agree with you 100%.
Expressing that there's no foul play involved. A boy doesn't walk out of his home that he's never walked out of his home before. Okay, they have stated it from the rooftops that they are investigating this, and when investigators investigate, they have to rule out foul play. So
now she just magically got it sent to her during this live stream.
Idea that they're not looking at this case from a foul play perspective, I call BS. That I don't know what that document was, but it was a document.
And all the channels fired up to claim all this stuff. Nick Bears came out, made a statement. All of this
document that sounds like it was from it's an affidavit or something. It's not.
This was the day before Nick and Dog entered the scene publicly.
Finding of court. And see how they manipulate that? They only give you this and this. They don't give you the names. Why don't you just show the whole document so everybody can read the context of it instead of what that person wants them to read? I want to see the whole document. I want to read everything in the context that it is, not one little blurb in there. Because what if the blurb above it contradicts that?
What if it's none of your fucking business because it has involvement with the child custody case? What if that? Okay, does everybody get the point? Is there anybody in here confused? Does everybody see how Betty's trying to distance herself? Does everybody understand the circle jerk of this little leaked document that was intentional? And now the custody stuff is being brought back up. Everybody see that? Do I need to show you more? Yeah. Yeah. And Tony acknowledged, here's another thing. See something, say something. The other thing about that is Tony on Brittany and Jay said that he had a conversation with Josh from the lab not long before. Everybody good? Everybody see what I'm trying to get at here? Okay. If you need to see more of her, we can go back there. Let's go to Nick the Hat. I'm not prepared for this, and I'm flying blind on this, and I don't know if that's necessarily a good idea right now. But we're going to do it. All right. So this is his video he just dropped.
He was last seen in his home in Tennessee on February 25th. He was put to bed, tucked in. Bad choice of words. On the 26th, mother doesn't see him there. Reported missing. I might have the day wrong. I just got off a long call and there are a ton of dates on it. So I'm sorry. And I'm going to explain that call because it's a cool one. So what we know is that there is a high chance, and I don't like to say it like that, but there really is a high chance that Sebastian is alive, and that he is being taken care of, and that he's being kept, not beat or abused, but he is being taken care of, going to school. There is a lot.
Going to school?
There's more pointing towards that than any death, which is good, thank God.
God, he needs to fix that audio.
Because if we had gotten into this and the first overwhelming consensus from the TBI, FBI, and the other agencies was that if they had said that we believe he's deceased, that would have definitely changed a lot, but we wouldn't have known that until after we got involved, right? They don't tell us that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, it's very likely that he is alive and well. And I want to emphasize that because you guys have to be on the lookout now. I know months ago they had asked people to start looking at their surveillance again. And in the coming days, once we have a more narrow area, we're going to do the same thing and do that via press release to all the networks that will then blast it out.
Oh, they're gonna do that again. Oh my god, this is just becoming a fucking we're not even 2 minutes in. I'm done.
There are certain regions that we want to be on the lookout because we want to bring Sebastian home before Christmas, and we want an answer before Christmas. That might sound like a long time. To you guys, it might not because it's been 7 months. The longest I've been on a single case or story is 69 days. For consistent working on, not including investigative reports that took 2 or 3 years. Those are done one day here, one day next month. I'm talking about this, where we are all in until capture, or in this case, rescue. We want to find him before Christmas. We don't want to be here in 2025 doing it, but we will be. We don't want to be here in 2027 doing it, but we will be. We don't want to be here when I'm 60, but we will be. And we won't, though, because let me tell you, the companies, there's a reason that the U.S. government and other agencies, but mostly the U.S. government, they work a lot with private contractors because for example, their cases are backlogged. They don't have the time to go through.
So he's trying to tell you a story that law enforcement is okay with what they're doing. That's what he's trying to sell you here.
The minuscule tasks, the boring stuff, making sure X, Y, and Z. There's the small, annoying tasks, and then there are the complex tasks. And in this case, we're not on it for any complex tasks. We're not on it for any small tasks. Our job is independent, but it's an interesting one because today we had a conference call with Dog's team, his high-risk fugitive task force.
High-risk fugitive task force. This involves a missing child.
And it's a force that consists of a lot of wild guys and girls, everything from every letter in the alphabet he has a former agent from that had just retired, fresh. So he's got some very good manpower. And then at night has a lot of technology, a lot of resources, a lot of lawyers, a lot of people.
Once again, mentioning lawyers, trying scare tactic.
People that can call people. We have, for example, there'll be a call with, I don't know the governor's name in Tennessee, I'm sorry, but One World's attorney is going to speak with the governor out in Tennessee because One World's attorney is the former Pennsylvania Attorney General, right? So that companies like this get involved because
trying to throw weight around and make him sound cool.
Because of the ability to make phone calls to get the higher ups, the governors of the states, the feds. I mean, the FBI is already on the case. They are on it. They got on it I know they announced that they've been on it for a while, but it was
they've been on it since jump.
The end of August.
No, sir. They've been involved since the beginning. We've all known that.
Problem. It's just because they had no need to get involved, right?
They've been involved. This is complete misinformation.
Private contractors come in when the case needs help, whether it be raising awareness, whether it be locating subjects, whether it be locating intelligence. Thank you for the membership. I have to do shout outs down the road. I'm going to do it. I get lost easily if I get off track. But again, a lot of the services that are offered are like the truth serum stuff. So yeah, there are territories that's allowed, and U.S. territories. So the company that does that stuff, not like it's a crack house. It's a literal operation, and it's been done before for other people. Now this is interesting because it's funny. This company that is essentially, they've worked trials. They do everything from, let me think of names that I can say that won't. They have done a lot of rather newsworthy stuff. They have.
Oh, there's no names you can say? Oh, isn't that something?
Have successfully gotten people into Me Too and out of Me Too, which is wild, right? So they helped the government get certain people into the Me Too situation, and because they needed to, they were monsters. And then
oh, now we're mentioning the Me Too movement. Oh, Lord bless us all.
They helped others get out of it, which is wild. They are able to do that kind of stuff because not that they have connects, but they have manpower, they have technology, they have money, and they have time. And when you have those things, stuff gets done. And this is the first time I think I've been looking. This is the first time that people really know about the company, and that's for a reason. The only people that ever hire services I could think of, probably I go to their following, and those are the kind of people they have. I mean, it's wild. The Clinton Foundation, the Stallones of the world, Miramax, Warner Brothers.
And here you go with some of the name dropping political alignments, just like I told you that we were going to be seeing and hearing. They rolled it out way faster than I even assumed.
people that need answers that are way, like, the higher ups and the companies that can't get it without hiring former intelligence officers, not me, but like the company that owns the place, right? And that's why they're involved. And this isn't like we're competing with the law enforcement. We're not at all. So we spoke with TBI yesterday. Great call, conversation with Special Agent Simmons.
Music City Mom, thank you for being a member. This is beyond disgusting.
He's in charge of the case for TBI. I'm sure you've seen his name, Bobby Simmons. Amazing man, very dedicated to the case, and he is thankful that we are here. And it's not because we're bringing, it's not about the publicity. It's the fact that this company has opened up.
Oh, I'm sure he's so thankful. I'm sure he's just begging.
Communication channels that in the coming days, let's put it like this, there will be 5,000 or 6,000 faxes, missing persons faxes, sent to the need to know places. There will be automated phone calls urging people to call in certain areas. There will be a lot of unique methods to try and zero in on where Sebastian is. It is more likely than not that the boy is alive and that he is well. He's not tortured or any of that. And that's a good thing if he is alive. And that's not a confirmation that he's alive. And we get to that because there is only one indicator that there is foul play. One official, and I don't care what the YouTubers say. There is one official indicator of foul play. And it's way too soon to really talk about that indicator. But when they clear that indicator, then there might not be any foul play.
Oh, of course. Can't talk about that yet, but sure, okay.
And a lot of the
So we're supposed to take this clown's words and not law enforcement. Okay.
people that have been pointing fingers, you guys
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get through this.
pointed it at the wrong person, and it worked. It worked because let's put it like this. If Sebastian is alive, which is very high chance, and after you review the material, you speak to the agents directly involved, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand that you need at least one indicator, okay? Something tiny. They did wild searches as far as when it came to searching the home of the parents. They did that very thoroughly. Now, this is where stuff got botched, and it was right after that. And this is where YouTube comes in. YouTube, you guys quickly turned. Opinion is amazing because we have the right to say whatever we want. Not whatever. It's the US, but we have the freedom of speech. But freedom of speech.
And here we go with the freedom of speech bullshit.
Does not protect you from the consequences of speaking freely, guys. It just doesn't, depending on the situation. 7 months ago, a little boy went missing. Within days, there was a suspect, but not from police, from YouTube. Now, that quickly hit like wildfire. And what happens? As the father is searching for his son, it's possible that attention right there, that whole spectacle, literally gave them that free way to execute that plan.
What? That's factually incorrect. Yeah, I don't know what he's getting with 7 months. He calls him 16 and 7 months. Seth wasn't named a suspect by social media at first at all. People might have had their suspicions, but that wasn't the case. Seth even said on March 18th that nobody was going to be cleared until the case was closed. On Terry Lynn's interview, we've reviewed that. Seth was very well aware that nobody was going to be cleared. There was nobody named a suspect. It doesn't matter about social media rumors. And social media was harder on Chris and Katie in the jump than anybody else. That's factually speaking, though.
Keep Sebastian alive and well. Keep in mind, Sebastian does not know better. He doesn't, if he's in a home with a family member, like somebody that might, a distant family member, he doesn't know. If he's in the home with a nanny and they're like, yeah, no, your mom and your dad are coming. They said that you're going to be here. He doesn't know. He doesn't know better. And that's why whoever did this, you're getting some aggravated set of circumstances.
Natalie, and that's the tragedy of this whole thing, is because I want to hold out hope that he is alive. But this whole game that they're playing, this emotional manipulation that they're doing with everything going on, and there's so many different sides of this too that are happening at once. It's just too much. It's way too much. There is still the possibility of Sebastian walking out that front door and something just tragically happening without nefarious involvement from anybody else. 15-year-olds, unfortunately, do take their own lives at some times too. People are missed all the time in searches right around their own area. Like, people are just glossing right over that fact and jumping with these wild theories. I don't want any of that to be true. but those things are still possible with no nefarious involvement. Right now, we have nothing to say that there's any type of nefarious involvement. I'm just like, but you're right. It's got to keep it going for clicks and views.
Is added to your sentence. And it's never too late to turn yourself in. And the best way to do it is to show up at the local police station with little Sebastian, and you hand them over to the police, and then you explain yourself. You don't have to call everybody. You don't have to call the cops. You get in your car and you drive to the local police station and you spill the tea. You tell them who told you to do what. You tell them what the plan was. You tell them why you got out of it. You tell them why you were scared to do it, or why you were scared to call the cops. You tell them everything. And they will most likely be lenient on you. Let me tell you, because they want to find this boy alive and
Kidnapping a child is not going to be lenient. I don't think. You're full of shit.
well. They want him to graduate. They want him to have a life. They want him to live his life. They don't want it to be cut short out of some stupidity of somebody that's scared to call the cops because they think they're going to go to prison. No, it's not too late, but it will be too late very soon because this case is about to start costing a lot of money. This is where I guess
This case is what?
another interesting factor comes in. When you have a private contractor that employs everybody from former AGs to former feds to
This whole fucking throwing weight is so unimpressive, dude. Stop. It's embarrassing, actually.
experts, the body language experts that
Because if that's the case, if you have all this weight, why aren't all of these people involved in like major things? More missing children. There's thousands of missing children. Why just this one that's got some hefty reward money from the FBI involved?
testified at trials like the JFK. Literally, there is somebody that is still at the firm. It's an immediate relative of the body language expert from JFK's trial. Like these guys hire those people, and that's why their clientele. There's literally it just says their retainers $500,000. Call us, and that's the minimum. But that's why they charge that because you don't get that kind of service unless it's a big job, right? And you need a lot of money, unfortunately. When the FBI and the state here, and they heard 2 weeks.
I am so fucking worried for Katie's safety. I am so worried for Katie's safety at this point. This is an absolute dangerous shit show.
Ago, the company reached out to them 2 weeks ago before any of you guys even. You guys were always tweeting me to get involved, but before any of you guys knew I was actually going to tweet, I'm looking for information. We were in talks with TBI. We were in talks with the FBI. We were in talks with our contacts in DC to see if we were going to step on toes. We wanted to make sure we weren't. And honestly, we were still a little bit skeptical to get involved because we're 7 months late and this is a lifetime commitment. It's not something we can get in and leave. Our contracts don't work.
Here he goes with the lifetime commitment again.
Like that. They don't have an end date because this company guarantees an answer. So when they do that, that easily means that when they don't have an answer in 2 weeks, what do? Ramp up the search. 2 weeks again, ramp up the search. I'm pretty sure the FBI and the TBI don't want to look like they are being like they don't have money, or maybe that they need some money from a private contractor.
Look at this. Look at this shit show. This is oof.
Private contractors bring in more entities and get more done. It's
Oh,
not going to happen. So what's going to happen is the FBI is going to bolster their team, TBI is going to bolster their team, and we're going to have a lot of people looking for answers. Right now, we have received many tips. Your tips that you have sent us and the ones that you ask us to send straight to law enforcement, they don't go to the general inbox. They go to a specialized inbox at tbi.gov's website. It goes to everybody on the case. So that way the entire TBI doesn't get it. It goes to the people looking for Sebastian. Everybody from Mr. Simmons, Special Agent Simmons, who is a godsend, a great guy, great law enforcement. He's on the case. He wants answers. He also understands that in cases like this, we had to talk about YouTube. And that was kind of one of the center points of my conversation with Special Agent Simmons. It was about YouTube, guys. And he, too, was trying to grasp how the internet was able to twist a case that wasn't that twistable and turn it into something it wasn't.
Oh, and here you come to do some more of it. Oh, this guy. Ooh.
That right there gave so much time to anybody that had bad intent.
This guy is acting like he's some hero, and he is a fucking smooth talker, let me tell you.
For Sebastian, or if they wanted to interfere with custody, or if they wanted to get back at somebody for some kind of a business deal.
Scooter, good question.
That opened up the door because when he went missing, search crews started, and then YouTubers decided, let's name this guy as a suspect. What happens? Here we are 7 months later.
Notice he's only pointing out that they named Seth the suspect.
And now we will find Sebastian. We will find answers. But it's interesting because, like I tweeted earlier, I quoted a tweet from the Cavalcante coverage, and I thanked YouTube for everybody's support and what a great community it was. I don't know what happened in the past few months. Shout out to Grizzly, True Crime. You are still the top of my list. Many of you still are, I think. I have to go through. I'm not a YouTuber, so I watch Mel. I watch like Pursuits, but I don't know their take on the case. And in this case, I am taking it much more personal because we're dealing with a child. We're not dealing with a manhunt. We're not dealing with a mass shooter. We're not dealing with just like a ton of other things. We're dealing with a child. And then when you guys point the finger, if we are right and that we pointed the right finger at the right person, cool. Yes. But obviously one of you guys are wrong, right? Because you have Team Proud Feet, Proud Foot, the Proud Feet, plural. And then you have Team Seth. Where's Team Sebastian? Does he have one, guys? Does Sebastian have a team? Because I'd like to join that one.
Fuck you, dude. Straight up fucking clown shit. This is
Not, welcome to Team Sebastian and F Team Seth and F Team Proud Feet. This isn't about them. This isn't. This is about their child, not Proud Foot.
But your buddy Dog just made it about that on News Nation. So you can sit all the fucking way down, you clown.
Dad.
We see what you guys are doing. You're not pulling the wool over anybody's eyes. Everybody fucking sees what you're doing.
Child. It's not his kid. This is about Kate and Seth's child. And let me tell you something. The stuff you guys put them through is nothing compared to what's coming if they're lying to us. And
oh, there you go. Oh.
And this is about their child, not Proud Foot, stepdad, guy, child. It's not his kid. This is about Kate and Seth's child. And let me tell you something. The stuff you guys put them through is nothing compared to what's coming if they're lying to us. And that, I promise you.
Who the fuck do you think you are, you little Weasley piece of shit? This is their child that is missing.
Whatever you guys did to them, like if all of that combined is nothing compared to what will come if we find out that there is an iota of information provided to us that is false. Oh, you bet your bottom dollar there will be a court of public opinion, friend.
You're not fucking owed a goddamn thing. There is a missing child that you are interfering in the investigation of.
And you don't have to go to YouTube to find it, because I promise you we'll have it on TMZ, the Daily Mail, ABC World News. We will have it everywhere because that's where it belongs. We need to blast people like that, not on YouTube, for the world. I want the whole world to know about the monster that did this. But we don't know.
A monster that did this, we don't even know what was done. We don't know if somebody even harmed Sebastian at all. No.
Who the monster is yet. We just don't. And I'm not putting the whole blame on YouTube whatsoever, but I am saying you guys are hurting people. I cover stories on the ground. That's why I rarely have any coverage on here, right? I don't go. I know what they go through. Look at Cavalcante, the small farm. I always use that as an example because unless you go and visit the place, you won't understand what the heck you guys, and I keep saying you guys, what YouTube did to them, to her. The amount of hate, the amount of death threats. For what? For what? A widow who looks like Meredith Grey, but a shorter one going outside unarmed to fight a killer, and you guys are going to send her a death threat? Give me a break. And that's what we're dealing with here, guys. You don't know the
laws need to change so this is prevented. This is bullshit.
Damage that is done when your kid is missing and you blame it on the guy without even knowing, or you blame it on Kate. Don't blame it on Kate. Don't blame it.
Notice they don't care about
it on Seth. Don't blame it on anybody. This might be.
You can't name Chris. Don't blame it on Chris.
A heated custody battle. You're damn right. But we don't know yet. And let me tell you again, I'm vicious.
There was no custody battle. It was wow.
If they are lying, if anybody that we speak to lies, I'm not going to do a little YouTube video. It's going to be Dog. That's where Dog takes the baton, because Dog, he'll get the message out. That's what he does. And then he'll show up to that house and he will blare that. Listen, you guys want to see them get publicly shamed for real? The real people that did this, the real culprits? Then that's what we are going to do. That's the plan. By Christmas, we want to have a Christmas present for Sebastian, and that's going to be bringing him home and putting these monsters on so many news channels that people in Somalia know about them. They don't have YouTube in Somalia. I love YouTube. I love you guys. I really do. I'm not like, I'm disappointed very at the amount of like how crazy some of these creators are, right? Yeah, I appreciate that you guys sent me followers, but you can take them back if they're like you. because I don't want them. Like, I really don't. I don't care for followers. I only want real people that truly care about the cause that we are after. And in this, it's Sebastian. It's not about Seth. It's not about Kate. It is about them. It's
Her name is Katie.
about their child. I want to find them. And let me tell you something. If I find out one of those two did something, I guarantee you I'm going to slap the hell out of them, and then they're going to be all over the world news.
Oh, more threats. Cool. This is really helping find Sebastian. Yep. We're on track now.
We'll get that done. It's not going to take 6 months. It's not going to take a year. It's not going to take 2 years. Give us a couple of weeks. Give us a month, and watch how fast stuff gets done. Just like they said last night on News Nation, the resources are indispensable, and they're not one-sided. They're not here to help Seth. No, they're not here to help anybody but Sebastian, and that's clear with law enforcement. That's why everything is transparent. Whatever Seth.
Yeah, you're transparent. That's for fucking sure. We can all see exactly what's happening here. I'm scared shitless for Katie's safety. Truthfully. Scared shitless. These people are inciting a dangerous situation.
Tells at night agents and dogs agents is immediately relayed to TDI, to the FBI. Digital footprint, another thing. Okay, so let me put this out there. At night has started an extraction of various electronic devices because we have consent from the owner, right, Seth. We are going to have a digital footprint, and the technology that these guys have will be able to tell if it's a new phone, when he activated it, all the crap, everything that was deleted. And then we ask them about that. Not we, they, you know what I'm saying. And if it turns out to be something that is newsworthy, it comes out. But if it's not newsworthy, we wait 2 weeks. It's like something that's fermenting. You wait 2 weeks.
Law enforcement already downloaded the devices.
Because it's going to turn into one, okay? Because if he lied, we'll say, okay, man, we understand. My first phone call is to Agent Simmons. Second phone call is the FBI. My third phone call is to the other agencies in charge. And we let them know. Again, guys, we aren't here to step on toes. We're here to find Sebastian. We don't work. Yes, we have been brought in because Seth not we, at night, because Seth was being literally, he's the main story. We're not coming in to help Seth. We're coming in to find Sebastian and get.
Seth is now the main story? Since fucking when? Since when? This is not a game. This is fucking insane.
The attention where it has to go.
The danger with this is unbelievable.
When it's time to have attention on Seth,
please tell me everybody is talking about this. Anybody in the comments? Is everybody talking about how dangerous this is? Please tell me true crime creators that you guys follow are talking about how dangerous this is and how scary this is for the...
It'll be there. And when there's time to have attention on Katie, it'll be there. Time will tell if they'll both have good attention, if one of them will be known as a monster, or if they'll both go to prison. Time will tell.
All I've seen is people praising the fact that him and Dog are getting involved. That's all I've seen so far, and I'm so fucking sick right now.
But right now, I can tell you something that is 100% as confirmed as it gets. The guy, Seth, has been cooperating.
I don't even want Katie in the vicinity of these people. This is making me feel so unsettled for Katie and Chris. This is shoving such a narrative. Even Seth, to be aligned with these people. Seth, what are you doing, dude? I know you love your child and you want your child home, but this is not the way about it, dude. Stop. All of these people are exploiting your grief and your devastation and your hatred of your ex. I get that. And you're letting them and you're helping them.
More than anybody. The company has literally, and TBI, FBI, they have, before At Night got involved, they had done the same stuff, same test, not serum, talking about other stuff, polygraphs. They had done hypnosis. No, they didn't do hypnosis, they did polygraph. At Night is going to do hypnosis. That, again, it's what they do. They get answers. And if you're willing to pay that company to come and offer services, whoever the hell pays, they're going to do it if you want it. Hey, do you want us to give you the whatever? Hypnosis?
Give me whatever type of meds you can make somebody say whatever. This is so fucked up.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Does it work? I don't know. How would I know if it works? But
I just want to lose it right now.
They do. So it's stuff like that. And at the end of the day, he is extremely cooperative. People say, look at the body language on News Nation. Put yourself in his shoes.
Well, this is basically kind of third-party contact in a way too, because he's associated with Tony and Seth, who are associated with Betty. This is all
7 months.
This is all their team. This is all their team.
looking for your kid, being called a killer, being called a pedo, being called this, being called a monster. Meanwhile, you're the only one that's out there looking.
He hasn't been looking since at least March, according to his own words. Again, false.
And you're the monster? You're the monster? Okay.
He said on March 18th, Katie was 12. He was 10 years older than her. His own words. We've replayed them. You're going to look over that too? Okay.
Again, the rumors that are going around. He didn't hire a PI company. He did, because that night agency coordinated after they were retained to get the file and share it to make sure that they have everything that is there already.
He actually claimed he had 4 PIs at one time. 2 came out publicly. And I'm sure as hell glad that they got out of it. Chloe, I think, got in over her head and didn't even see the writing on the wall. And sad. She got all up in the mix, and I feel bad for her. Truthfully, I do. There's a part of me that pities her, but she willingly also got involved in some of this shit too. And then the RSO searchers got involved. Brothers Underwater Recovery is who I'm talking about there. And then people were pulled into child custody cases. And then you had the fucking other PI, Heather Cohen, who was just lying to lie about recorded calls and leaked calls and doing the most, getting attention out there, going on all these different podcasts and shows. Then he let go of those 2. I don't know who the other 2 of the 4 that he initially claimed he had were. And then supposedly here comes this next one with the tip line. It's been a shit show.
Right, so they're not starting from scratch. When it comes down to it, maybe there still is a chance. Everybody's a suspect. Everybody is a suspect. Everybody is a suspect. Should we make a song? Everybody is a damn suspect. Kate, Seth, Chris.
Katie. Nobody's a suspect. They don't even know if there's a crime at this point in time. It's an open investigation, not a criminal investigation.
The only person that is cooperating completely and not taking drugs to do it is Seth. Okay. Now,
Katie and Chris have been cooperating with law enforcement since the jump, and so is Seth, according to what law enforcement said.
Oh, yeah, I guess you could go take a polygraph, all Xanaxed out, and call that cooperating. Sure, but that's not cooperation. And that's the kind of stuff, that's a fact. See, that's the facts are crazier than the fiction that goes through. If you're going to cooperate, why are you getting yelled at and being told by other family members, why didn't you go with an attorney? See, that doesn't happen to Seth, because Seth goes in willingly, right? And I didn't know anything about that Seth guy. I actually thought he was a piece of work until we not heard from him. I don't care. I don't give a shit what he says. I don't care. I'm sorry to curse. Sorry. I don't care what he says. I don't care what Kate says. I don't care what Chris says. I care what the file says. I care what the evidence shows. And I care what we know. What we know. And what we know is he is the only one cooperating. By definition, none of you in this chat would ever submit to getting your phone and your electronics of that company. None of you. Because it pulls everything, every history in your browser that you deleted. So if you've ever watched POR, all of that.
Oh, fuck off. Law enforcement downloaded all of their devices already. This guy's a fucking clown.
Yeah, that's all there. So yeah, you'll submit to that. Let me find any of you guys. And if you are, drop your email in the comments and let's do it. It better be a phone that's at least 5 years old. And
if he has seen the CPS files, that's a breach.
Do it. If you do that and you let us go through your phone and not find a crime, I'll give you $100, 200, 1,000, because you won't submit to it and you've got nothing to hide. Why is Seth submitting to it? Because he really is tired of the bullying, and that's what it turned into. Kate, where are you?
Katie,
are you going to come and look for your kid? Chris, are you going to come and look? It's time for people to start asking those questions.
No, we're not going to, because law enforcement advised them not to look. Seth even confirmed that. Chris and Seth did search together. Chris also accompanied law enforcement. Move on, idiot.
Don't hide in your little house. We're coming for you. If you are responsible.
We're coming for you? Okay.
You better bet your bottom dollar. Save money for an attorney, and you need a very good one. Because let me tell you, if you are responsible, which right now, I'm not going to say that, yeah, it's her, it's them, because we don't know. What we do know is that Seth has cooperated completely. People are saying their electronics were taken. Well, let me tell you guys about how that went down. Is it already known about the whole? Yeah. So again, the cops go to the house. They have a group interrogation where they talk to everybody. A family that doesn't get along is interrogated together to tell the truth.
They were brought in individually too.
That's where they first messed up, Sumner County. which is why they're not even on our contact list, just like DeSoto County. Those little counties.
Oh, Sumner County is not even on their contact list. Imagine that.
Sumner County might be working with that Tuggle guy with Zimmerman. But anyway, guys, back on the topic. If there is
Oh, really?
nothing indicating that this person did it, you're going through a Facebook post. Oh, he said this.
Yeah, I don't know if I can fucking do this and keep my sanity. I'm struggling right now. I'll be honest. I'm struggling. This is dangerous for the family. This is dangerous. I am so worried about Katie. What do we do? We have got to get laws passed. These families need protection. This is unfucking real. And Nick, since I like to cut people off at the knees, how about you come visit me? According to some random lady named Karen, I cut people off at the knees. Might as well practice that.
Facebook versus forensics. Facebook versus forensics. Again, guys, and the people that say, how do I know? How do you know? How do you know? Look at my track record on coverage since September of 2023 and look at yours. Every time we said 72 hours, it happened. We found out what? That Danilo escaped the perimeter. When? The day before? Yeah. What did we do with Bibb County? Called all four? Yeah. Zimmerman chased him state to state to state without leaving the sofa? Yeah. So, yeah.
And I'm saying Katie because mom to mom, like, this is everybody's worst nightmare. And to see this happening to her and to Chris even, and some of the shit that's been said about Seth too, I completely disagree with, and the amping up and then the citing stuff. But to know that he's involved with these people that are doing this is just like, it breaks my heart for Sebastian. Because the hatred for Katie from Seth is overriding his love for his son, that he's willing to I can't, you guys, I just can't.
Our connections aren't that good, but the FBI calls us for help all the time. I don't need to explain any more than that, but back to Sebastian. Again, guys, there isn't enough to say that Seth is, I guess, cleared per se, because they don't know what time the young boy disappeared. But when it comes down to it, his cell.
And this guy is a complete and utter fucking slime ball.
Fine. His car, fine. Unless the guy went out and got a 1965, like some kind of a crazy car with no electronics and ditched every single piece of surveillance, then he did it. But is he that smart? I'm not calling him stupid, but I mean, you guys call him stupid. So then let me ask you, is he that smart to do that? You think he went and bought all that? He bought an old car from before a certain year, got another phone, got rid of the other phone, all without being traced. He uses what? Credit card? Give me a break, guys. He's not a mastermind. He's not a mastermind. And you guys call him stupid all the time. There you go. So you think that a stupid guy
Come to Arizona. We got a lot of deserts.
pulled that off? He broke into the house? How? Have you seen him? I'm sorry, I'm not coming at your weight, Seth, but he didn't come through the damn window. I'll tell you right now. So then what? He came in the front door? Did you guys give Sebastian out? Like, what is going on with you guys in that family? Whatever it is, family. What's going on? I don't know, but we will find out. Again, guys, this is going to be about rumor control.
They're a typical family that has issues and a broken home, a divorced family, typical everyday bullshit like the rest of us have, that if you really wanted to pull pieces of people's histories apart and start re-victimizing victims, which seems to be your specialty, you could do this to anybody with a missing child. And that's fucking unfortunate. But here we are because the victims and their families don't get any protection.
What we know right now is that Seth is cooperating. I don't care what anybody else says. Katie and Christopher
Love you, babe.
Have not been cooperating. We're going to be making.
Babe, listen to this. If you have it on your thing, please listen to this guy on the way home, so I don't even have to explain to you how pissed I am when you get here.
Contact. Well, not me, but I'm assuming maybe they already made contact. And if they did, see, I knows. So time will tell. The fact that I was given the green light to discuss Katie from the task force, not the feds, from the at night guys that are on it, means that they have had no luck with her. So, Katie, where are you? Please call 332-25.
This motherfucking clown expects Katie. No.
236.
If you guys seriously believe that this dude is in it for good intent, and you think Dog the Bounty Hunter, who is part of his team, is in it for good intent, I got fucking oceanfront property in Arizona to sell you.
Kids will be coming to your house to ask you some questions, not me, they. So, I mean, there's one of two ways you can do this, girl. Cooperate, don't cooperate. We really don't care. We're here to find your son. We're going to find him. We're going to find out what happened. And if it's not you, I'm sorry for coming at you like that. That was kind of rude. But if it is, you've got no idea what's coming. And the
More veiled threats.
same goes for Seth. Look, I don't trust him. I don't. You know why? Because I only trust Sebastian is missing. That's it. That's what I trust. I don't trust Seth. I don't trust Kate. I don't trust the Chris. But I'm not going to slam them and call them all guilty. But what I will do is say that he's cooperating. Those two, good luck getting them to cooperate.
They're not going to cooperate with you. They're going to cooperate with law enforcement and take law enforcement's advice.
Where were they last night? No News Nation? Interesting. Why? Because they don't want to be on TV. You know why? Body language experts. And the company at night had 4 renowned body language experts last night, hoping that they would show, and they didn't. So let me tell you guys, we are on to a lot with these people. And the body language experts that we hire aren't these like...
The behavior panel saw no signs of deception. I trust them way over some random fucking idiots that he's touting about.
Crazy people. They're the people that testify at R. Kelly's trial, at the trial of Harvey Weinstein, at Trump's trial. Like, these are...
Was I spot on last night or was I fucking spot on? Yikes. I guess when I'm on, huh? Told you guys where he aligns. He just told you exactly the groups think of fucking A I was. I'm going to pat myself on the back for that one.
The best. We had lip readers. Not we, that company. They're pretty... And honestly, after this, maybe they should start hiring some of you guys, the ones that have been able to find the truth.
And I'm telling you, this is all because election season is right around the corner. This is all propaganda pushing. This is trying to get attention. This is trying to get them back in that news. This is to make a big, huge splash to get involved before they pull crazy antics in the upcoming election. 100%. And whether you believe me or not, watch. Sit back and watch. And those of you that are saying I'm full of shit, wait. And then when it's over, you can come back and say, you were fucking right. I'll wait.
Go with the gossip. There's been so much gossip. It's been convoluted. How do you take a 1-page website that hasn't changed in like 8 months and turn it into 8 months of content? How?
I don't think he can vote, Kenny.
Sentence a week? Sebastian.
That's the crazy part. A lot of these people can't even vote, but they're extremists. They push extremist propaganda. Dog the Bounty Hunter pushes extreme evangelical over-the-top propaganda. He has before. It'll amp up again. I mean, we went over videos last night. I don't know what this guy's, but he's name dropped enough different people that you can see what the conspiracies are inlaid with all this. This is extremist bullshit.
Is missing. The next day, he was 15 years old. He was last seen the night before. His mother went to wake him up. Like, what do you do? It's 1 page. How much? You read it, you wait for the next. If there is not another lead, you do chase them, but not from out of state. And if you're in the state,
you know what's so sad too, Am, and I saw a couple of you have texted me. I'm okay. I need to keep. I want to put this out there. I want to get through this. Like, I need to check myself out emotionally. I'm emotional about this because I'm so afraid for Katie and her safety and her mental health. She is the mother of a missing child who should be rallied around. And social media has turned this into such a circus act that watching what Betty has done and getting attention off of what Betty has done, these people came in and said, hold my beer and watch this shit, and upped it 100 times. This is dangerous for families of missing children. None of them should have to go through this. This should be an awareness campaign because Sebastian is missing. We don't have any details, and we should be waiting for law enforcement to come out with those details and find Sebastian. Social media, and I've said this so often and so many times from the start of me covering this, has put the cart so in front of the horses here that there's no turning back now. This is the dangers of this so-called true crime community. There's not a true crime community. They're committing crimes, in my opinion, some of them. And they think they're right. They're entitled to do this to families. But meanwhile, they can't even take some words on the fucking internet and some of their backhanded shit back at them. Crybaby bitch, Brittany J. Fucking, I'm going to make you cry some more too. Trust and believe, because you've been doing the most and mocking Katie too. Fuck you. You can come at me all day long, but the shit you're pulling on the mother of a missing child, you can get fucked for. All of these people that have continued to do this and push out this dangerous shit. Well, there is a child missing, and there's 3 parents that I think want this child to be found. We as a society have got to say enough and start protecting these families.
Hey, you do it with respect and you do it with blinders on. If you walk into this thing with a team, you're screwed from the outset. And that's why
Oh, and she'll say that was a threat. Yeah, I threatened to make you fucking cry again. I don't have to threaten it, though. You do. You cry on command. I'm sure tonight at the first, I gave you your 45-minute, look at me, poor me. I need a 5x5. There you go.
we came in with blinders on because we don't want to. Our team is very simple. Sebastian, that's it.
Oh, yeah,
It's not
she
hard.
does.
There's no team Seth. There's no team Kate.
Penny for your thoughts. Yes, she sure does. She fucking was mocking her accent a couple days ago.
No team Chris. But let me tell you, there's going to be a cell block for people in this case very soon. There's going to be some of that. If Sebastian is harmed, this thing will blow up beyond belief. If he is alive, it'll still be big, but we will be obviously everybody wants Sebastian home. That is,
You know what the sad thing is even if Sebastian is found alive and well, the dangers of him coming home because of people like this, and they will never let them live a normal life again. Like, there is no good outcome out of this. None whatsoever. And that's the fucking shitty reality of the situation. These people will never let this family live their lives ever.
the goal. And if it's too late to turn back because it's done, good luck, because we're coming and we will find you. We will hunt you down, and that's what we do. We catch killers, we catch fugitives, we catch escapees. I mean, yeah, I'm on YouTube, but it's called intelligence.
SG, and he's going to walk that line and tiptoe over it and go right back in and back and forth. They know what they're doing.
And gathering. The comments that we got there in Cavalcante, a lot of idiots that comment that are part of the case. I love commenters that are real, but then we have idiots that work with the killers, right? We have idiots that work with Joshua Zimmerman, right? That's how people get caught. So,
Oh, there's Amethyst threatening everybody with their crowbar again. For those of you that are new here, my mods don't carry wrenches. They carry crowbars. It's been a joke since Jump because we crack up about people getting sensitive over wrenches. We carry crowbars. There's nothing threatening about Amethyst talking about a crowbar. You fucking weak-spined bitches.
so again, guys, if they did it, they're going to get found. 100%. The pressure is up. And you know why it's up? Do you think the FBI and TBI, even though they're working not with, it's independent, but they are communicating, do you think they want to be beat by a dog? I'm not making it sound bad, but do you think they want to be beat by him as far as getting a credible lead? No. And when I say credible, in about 2 weeks, I hope the Proudfoots don't go on vacation. Don't, because that'll just be an interesting factor. And what's interesting is,
I hope they don't go on. So they're gonna make them feel so unsafe that this family might again leave their area, and he's already pushing for that to happen. So when they have to leave their home for their own safety, he's already putting that out there. Look at this. Look at this fucking buildup right here.
nobody has really touched base on the tide turning. Because yesterday, obviously, I mean, I have to watch some streams. Maybe somebody did, but guys, that was day one. The night before didn't count. That was just like a little teaser. Day one was yesterday. Day two is today. Day three, let me tell you, the schedule is full when it comes down to getting this out there, when it comes down to getting publicity out there, not for a circus, for Sebastian, to make the pressure skyrocket, to make the FBI, and guess what? Not make, but the FBI is going to go to Sumner County and see their file and let them find out that they did nothing. Oh boy, the fines that they're going to get hit with. There goes their budget, defunded. If you guys didn't do your job, you better start now, because call the FBI, actually the same field office. If you call downstairs.
Sadly, they're going to tote that line, and they have attorneys. Like he said, he's been throwing that weight around. They have attorneys, in my opinion, that probably walk that line because of attention it brings them. Sadly, this will be a back and forth. This is going to be a shit show.
I don't know what floor you're on. FBI Memphis on, I think it was June.
They're already saying that Sumner County can't keep up with this case, couldn't properly hand it, but they're bogging down their resources even more by all these games. Okay.
20th, there was work done between us and FBI Memphis. Call down there and you ask them what happens.
Do not call. Do not call. Please stop wasting resources.
When we get involved when the public wants to know what happened and what's going on in DeSoto County. You guys know DeSoto County, right? There's now 4 grand juries on that place. They're about to shut that whole county down, lock them all up. That's what happens when you botch a case and the FBI looks stupid. They caught Zimmerman in Chicago. They looked stupid. So now, you know who's going to look stupid? A lot of people wearing orange in Tennessee for taking them out and bringing them out whining and dining a killer. Nice job. But that's what we do. We hunt people.
Whining and dining a killer?
And we search for answers. In this case, we're on a manhunt for information. We're on a manhunt for intelligence. We're working with some of the best people in the world when it comes to assets and what they can bring in. Again, guys, when we have an area that we think is a serious region of interest, and we're not going to be throwing
Mom of a Swiftie, they're connected. JLR and this guy are connected. She's known him. Molly knows him. They all know each other. They're all out of Pennsylvania. They all have known each other for quite some time. He was just in the background of things. They all have connections to the same group. He's Team Seth. She knows they're going to be there for the court hearings next week. Yeah, this is all just a fucking epic shit show.
No, this area, go here. Because when we have a region of interest, we are coming in heavy. And that means that we want to make sure that there is no leaving that region of interest until after it's surrounded, you know? So it's not going to be on X or YouTube right away, but probably 20 minutes after it's established. But let me tell you guys again, we are going to find out what happened. My message to the family members, reach out to us. If you already did and you lied, we'll be back. We're not going anywhere, literally, guys. I might as well come over for Christmas with dog and everybody because we're going to be stuck to the hip until your son is found. I'm not leaving. So we're here. We're not going anywhere. But if I find out that you lie,
there's some intimidation right there. We're going to be stuck to your hip.
We're going to have a bigger problem in this whole thing, the whole manhunt, because you misled the wrong agencies, and then you're really going to tick off a lot of like networks and people. Both of you.
A lot of networks and people, both of you.
Proudfoots and Seth. That's why I am urging the Proudfoots to go on News Nation, go on and have a civil conversation. Let's go on. I can arrange for Dr. Phil. I can arrange possibly for Dr. Phil, most likely for Dr. Phil. So why don't you guys, would you do that?
Fuck no. Fuck no. They want their son home. No.
Proudfeet, you're not getting paid $1. I'll tell you that right now. And if there is money, it's going to Sebastian. But
they've never once asked for a dime. Not a single fucking dime. That's Seth.
If you agree, if you guys can get the Proudfoots to agree to go on Dr. Phil, I'll reach out and see if he would do a little meeting with the guys and we'll film it. And let's have a little conversation because we can get him on Dr. Phil. I'm good friends with little Phil. So let's do that. Instead of going, I know you guys are scared of News Nation. I'll take you to a doctor therapist. That way you can talk it out. We'll have a civil conversation. I'm sure Seth will do it because he wants to find his son. And I'm not saying you don't, but show something.
They just want all the attention.
Show something. Show something that shows that you want to know where your kid is. Show something. Show me one receipt that you spent putting gas to go find your son, not in an RV. Show me receipts that show anything.
You're not owed a fucking thing.
Anything that you've done other than buy stuff that has nothing to do with looking for your son.
Show us receipts that they've bought stuff. You're a fucking fool.
Me one thing you've done to look for your son other than go on YouTube and look for videos.
You can go listen to Seth's own words that Chris and him search for Sebastian. You can go look and see that they've donated for billboards for their own son. You can go ask Katie of the hundreds of things that she was doing to get flyers out, to do things, designed a shirt. I mean, there's a ton.
That's not looking for your son. That's looking to save yourself. That's looking to save your face. And guess what? The FBI watches YouTube like it's nothing. It's all AI now there. So it literally picks up every single word. It picks up all the comments, runs the IP addresses. So you're an idiot if you think Kate and Chris, that you guys are incognito on these little groups and comments. You're not at all.
Katie and Chris. Oh, so now he's saying that they're in groups and running around and they're tracking their IPs. Okay.
Stay on YouTube. Keep fueling it because you're going to find your son like that. Hooray. Give me a break. Go out and look for your kid. If he's truly missing and you don't know where he is, I'd be out there looking. He's not even my kid. Hey, what are you doing? Going out on vacation? Give me a break, Brian Laundrie. What are you doing? What? You know, this is like, what are you people doing? Did you copy paste a laundry playbook and try to fit Sebastian into it? You know, it's over now. Start looking for your son. Start cooperating. Start going on television. Don't say you don't want publicity. Get the hell out of here. Your kid's missing. He could be dead. You want publicity, you idiot.
You're a fucking slime bag motherfucker.
We need as much publicity as you can get. Right now, the world doesn't even really know your voice except some YouTube channels. Great work. Let's get on Dr. Phil. Get this thing solved. Let's go on News Nation. Let's go on CNN.
Oh, yeah. Let's go on news networks so you can have a show because you need some attention there, Nick.
You pick. We'll make it happen. Good Morning America, you want to go on? Let's go. The Today Show, let's go. You want to do like the Jennifer Hudson Show? I'll call Andy Lassner, good friend. Let's go. You pick, let's go. We need answers. If you want to make it into like a celebrity thing, we'll put you on the celebrity shows. We don't want to do that. Cooperate, lady.
They're cooperating with law enforcement. That's all that matters.
Cooperate. I'm sorry for like pointing a finger, but it's time to, because you guys have been pointing fingers, and I'm not saying she did it. I'm just saying cooperate. That's it. Look for your kid and cooperate. So then we know you didn't do it. Just like we are starting to understand.
They are absolutely inciting something bad to happen here. 100% inciting bad outcomes. And I'm sure glad that law enforcement knows what's happening.
That Seth is more likely than not the person people should be pointing fingers at. We don't know 100% yet. You know, we can't say that. But what we can say is he's cooperating. Where are they at? Where? Puerto Rico? Alaska? What hotel you guys hanging out at? You had a resort celebrating Sebastian's disappearance, you sickos. Who goes on vacation when their kid vanishes unless they know where he's at? Give me a break.
The grandparents went to Alaska for a business trip and had a scheduled vacation. What?
It's 2024. Grow up and then go to hell. You know, that's honestly the best advice I can give you. This boy doesn't need to be victimized and abused. He doesn't know where he is. He trusts you. And you're going to do that? You've got a special place waiting for you.
So this guy just came in and trumped Tony's peen slip, showed his whole ass out here.
This isn't out to Kate. This is out to whoever did it. You have a special place for yourself in hell and in the prison, and it's going to be waiting for you. Now, again, my number, 332.
Nobody gives a shit, you little Weasley bastard.
252-3636. You can also email hx@atnight.agency. That's one of the leads. hx@atnight.agency. I know you watch YouTube, lady. Email, call. Don't make us call you. We have your number. We have your address. We have your husband's number. We have his mom's number. We have your cousin's numbers. We have your neighbor's numbers. We have your workplace numbers. We even have the homes that you installed Brinks at numbers, lady.
Listen to this shit.
This is a private intelligence agency. We're going to find your son, and we're going to find him fast. We don't play games. It costs too much money to keep us out on the ground. We're not there yet, but when we get there, we get stuff done very quick. Again, your clients.
We know where your clients are.
We know. I'm not saying they know anything, but guess what? When they start getting calls from feds talking about Brinks is going to get a phone call saying, hey, who'd you guys have install my security system? Because the FBI is asking about her. Oh, yeah, you really want a woman that has the FBI knocking on doors installing your Brinks? That'll be nice. I'm not trying to put you out there, but guess what? Seth has been out there long enough. The poor guy's out there searching, and everybody over here is calling him all these names. Why don't you guys?
He's
look. I'm not even going to go there. We've seen the finances. We've seen.
You already went there.
The money spent by Seth. We've seen the stuff authorities had, and authorities even spoke with us about him. And I'm not going to get into what else there is other than cooperate. Giving a phone over is not cooperating. Taking drugs to go get to go take a lie detector is not cooperating. Okay, it's not.
Seth is the one that failed the polygraph because he fell asleep.
Submit to a drug test before you go in, if you want to start playing that game, because it's ridiculous. And also, it's very interesting that the only person that was very angry about truth serum came from left field and not Seth. So guys, again, this is about Sebastian. And I wanted to give you guys that little rant so that way Kate has an equal amount of whatever the heck, far from equal, because you guys, I mean, it's been done for 7 months. But that if you're going to say stuff about Seth, you say stuff about Kate, because the stuff about her and her little man are a lot worse.
Oh, look at him protecting Seth.
Now, a man looking for a kid, guilty. Now, what if he went on vacation? And what if Kate and Chris were looking? Then would you guys have said, Kate and Chris, you guys killed him? You guys, no, you wouldn't have. You would have said, Seth, he left town in an RV. He did this. Oh my God, there's Sebastian. Shame on you. What? Are you picking on him because of how he looks?
This guy wanted to get locked up with Betty. Conjugal visit, maybe arrangement. I could be a matchmaker for the two of them.
Bullies on YouTube, but there are some. But overall, we aren't. We don't bully people. We don't do that. We unite. There are kids that come here for unity, and this is what it's about. Don't try to hijack a case for an exclusive. Do it if you have an actual lead. And the YouTubers that have do it like the Grizzlies of the world. My God, she's like an all-star. That is who you should be like, Grizzly. She is the one that does it correctly. She doesn't add shit, and I'm pretty sure Mel's the same way. I just have to double check on Sebastian stuff, but I don't think he adds stuff. But again, Grizzly, go-to. She's the go-to, and I hope she starts covering this. Grizzly, we can use you. We could really use you.
Oh, that scares the fuck out of me if she's arranged with this guy.
And I'll put you in contact with other people, not me, and you can have their contact information to get information. So that way you are getting it from the horse's mouth as well. Stop getting it from these people, and you can get it from the media. You know why? Because from now on, the news is going to be in the know, because the public needs to know what the hell's going on. But if you want it the day before it hits the CNNs, Grizzly, you've got it. We need you on the case because you're able to dissect stuff, and we need your dissection for this. And it would help. Put out everything you know about Seth. Put out everything you know about Kate and Christopher.
Katie.
Make it equal. Make it equal. That's all they're asking, and that's all that needs. I'm asking too, because we need to set the record straight. There's a missing boy. The focus has shifted so far out of this universe that the boy disappeared twice. He vanished in February. He vanished again. And why? Because the facts have become convoluted beyond belief. We need some people like Grizzly back on here to cover this. Grizzly, please, I'm going to tweet you. I'm going to do all of that. I'm going to send you a message. Cover it if you can. You'd be a lifesaver. I'll send you a ton that will get you up to speed. We need true people that are here for Sebastian, that are here to set the record straight, that are here to find a young boy, not start drama and get clicks. If it was, I would, Jamie Santana, have at her. I had at her. I was calling her funny names because she was on a motorcycle, you know, like after that whole Rudy Farias thing. That was kind of funny. We had time to laugh at her. This isn't laughing matter, guys. The boy is not found. The boy, God forbid, the boy could be dead. This isn't a joke. This isn't Jamie Santana on a motorcycle. There are funny cases. There are cases we can poke fun at the idiots.
This guy's a fucking douche.
A lot of them. But there just aren't any funny things in this case at all. No funny. Nothing funny. There's not one laughing matter about this case except the YouTubers that went that far and beyond. And again, guys, I'll be live every single day until we find Sebastian. Thank you.
Yep, seeking attention.
You guys are coming on. Don't feel obligated to like subscribe as a member because nothing exclusive about Sebastian is going to come out on any paid stuff.
We already know you have nothing.
I don't do that. So
well, you're not doing anything besides running your jaw.
I do like the membership stuff will be more so, like I said a few times, it's going to get you guys videos that we've obtained from over the years and a lot of cool stuff that are cases that you guys like, but nothing about Sebastian exclusive because we don't do that. This is something that has to be free because the public has the right to know what's going on. The public needs to know. The community needs to go back to bed. If there's a kidnapper out there, we have to catch him and we have to jail him before it's too late because he might hit again. He might take another child, and we need to clear the name of
fear-mongering 101.
All three parents if they didn't do anything. It's not that hard. You know why? If they all cooperate, it's not hard. But when we have to go through hoops and literally go through that kind of a little hoop, it's interesting, guys. So again, stay safe.
You're a nobody.
You are. It's not a man on. Stay vigilant. Be on the lookout in Tennessee. And as we get closer to
who's that guy sitting over there with the hoodie on?
Getting on that circle, that little region of interest, when we get it down to a mile, that's when I'm going to, if we get down to a mile, not when, if, because that might not pan out. And then it goes on to the next one. We'll be here for 10 damn years. I don't care. Elizabeth Smart. I'll be greeting Sebastian in 10 years when he's 26 and I'm 41. My God. Yeah, that'll be wild. But yeah, so again, guys, we're here to the end. Stay vigilant. If you see something, say something. Call tips into whoever the hell you want to call them in. We're not saying call us to get the extra money. No. If the tip goes to TBI tells us that person led to it and they show us that they gave you guys the check, you're getting a second check. It's not about who you call. It's about calling it in. If you call us and that tip leads to it, you get 2 checks. You get the FBI or TBI check and you get the ACNIT check. Same way. So if you feel comfortable calling FBI and TBI, call them. But I'm going to remind you, just sometimes send it more than once. I'm not going to say they don't see everything because that's rude, but they are a little backlog. But keep sending tips, as many as you keep, but make them relevant. Stop with the I saw Kate Bradford in
why is that guy trying to hide in the background?
This town. I saw Seth over here. Look at this Facebook post. I saw this. You watched a YouTube channel, man. Put the link.
They're trying to push somebody to do something
to the channel if you say you saw something, and that's what they're getting. They're getting a lot of these people, and you guys have to understand, people that are older that don't know YouTube are sending tips that you guys tell them as if they bless their heart, because they'll call in and say, I just saw, for example, let's just make something. I saw Sebastian right now, yada, yada, yada. They leave out that they're watching you nick the hat on YouTube. You know, that's a big deal. It changes the game. So again, guys, remember the audience that you're working with. I'm not saying that they're dumb by any means, but they are different generations. They need to you know this. I don't have to explain it. I'm new here. You guys know this better than me. So stay safe, stay vigilant. Thank you guys for watching, and we're going to be here to the end. We will find out what happened.
Fuck this. All right, well, there it is. There it is. Yeah. Tell me how you guys feel in the comments, because I need a moment to catch my breath. I know a lot of people think that these are just YouTube characters or personalities and stuff. I don't think people understand the danger that this actually has. They're inciting things to happen to this family. They are trying to make a bigger circus out of an already horrible situation. That was fucking rough. JC, I understand that. I'm sorry it's hitting you too. I'm sorry for everybody that's been following this. I know a lot of you actually like really understand how dangerous this is. And I'm sure the emotions are flying. Like, this is just, yeah, Eva, Fat Michelle, understand. Mad as hell. Did you watch that?
Yeah,
What do you feel?
this is the kind of guy that
This is
like, I'll sue you if you punch me, but you really want to. He's making some bold accusations.
huge, and he's inciting horrible shit. I haven't showed you the News Nation one where dog went on last night, and it incited on News Nation, which is not, it's like a syndicate, whatever. It's not mainstream, but it's still got a big audience. But he made pretty bold accusations about it going back to a custody case, trying to incite that Seth was going to get custody, so they have him hidden somewhere. And this fool in one of the earlier videos we watched said that Sebastian was alive and going to school.
He needs another show. That's what he's doing this for.
Yeah, this is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. I just hope that
Thank
Sumner
you,
County,
Liz.
the FBI, the TBI is taking this seriously. Like what this family is going through, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. That's the crazy thing. There's nothing we can do to stop this.
Hey, Josh.
It feels so helpless. He is definitely playing dangerous games, Christina. Yeah, it was 1.25. Catcha. I don't even have the words. Yeah, Kim, it does. It really does. Ava, I've been deep in looking into all of their history and the back and forth and stuff.
So if you need bail, let me know.
Nursekins. No, I don't want Thor doing nothing and getting himself in trouble. Revival, I really don't know. I genuinely don't know. Lots of needs changed. Yep. 1.25. Yeah, he wasn't up very fast. Right, Tori? Janice, agree. T says, hi, Kyle. SS, Craddock is probably so overwhelmed. I can't even imagine what they're dealing with. Is SF on his way to Tennessee? Is that true that SF is going down there? I'm so worried about Katie too, Chris. Yeah, that Michelle. Yeah, Twist, agree. It's like they said they saw Betty getting some media attention off this because she got arrested, and they said, here you go, hold my beer and watch this shit. And brought in the fucking wannabe fucking troll extraordinaires who will fuck everybody's lives up in the meantime, saying that they advocate for children when it's not about any of that. Oh, Jujubee, that's good to hear. Okay. I've always had questionable things with SF, but I will have to say, seeing him pushing back for the benefit of the families and doing what's right, like, he might have done some shady things or been on the wrong side of some things in the past, but I'm so glad to see somebody standing up for these families and really being like, no, enough is enough. Like, I'm really glad to see this. Sean, I wish I had an answer. It's out of control.
We're out of cheesecake, Josh.
I physically feel depleted right now, just like physically, like, whoa. And that's what they want. They want to cause chaos. They want us to all be so drained. And you know how many people are going to eat this up and be like, yeah, because they can't see past their hate for Katie and Chris. Meanwhile, we don't even know what happened to Sebastian. Sebastian's missing. Lurker, unfortunately, all we can do is hope and pray that law enforcement knows everything that's going on, which they do. They do. They're very well aware. But this is inciting something else. Like, I hope they do call the governor. I hope the governor watches this. Yeah, everybody feels exhausted. Same with me, Twist. Absolutely. Yep. It just feels exhausting. And we feel this way just watching it. Can you imagine living this? Can you imagine being in Chris and Katie's shoes? Like, I am so worried about them. And Seth even being associated with these people, I hope he realizes when things don't go their way, he's next up on the chopping block. Yep, Remy. Yeah, Kim, a bill needs passed majorly. Oh, Revival, yeah. She's fucking foul. But that whole leaked custody stuff was intentional. Again, that stuff had been sent around. There's reasons why things are happening at certain times. It was to push this out and get everybody talking about it again so they could do this big thing and everybody would be kicking and screaming and hurrahing over dog coming in. And I can't believe how many true crime creators can't do their fucking research and see what he is. Like they say they stand for all victims, missing children, and then they support a homophobic, racist, washed up celebrity. Like what? Hey, Mercedes girl. Yeah, Scooter. What's the one thing that connects all of these people so far? What's the one thing outside of Sebastian? Their extremist views. That is the one thing all of these characters on that side have involved. They all have extremist views with self-serving needs. Hate. Yeah, that's a lurker true. I know. Yeah. Yeah, Remy. Good, Michelle. I'm glad. I really hope somebody starts paying attention because this is so out of control. Like, this is not a game. There is a missing child here, but this has turned into such a game. Oh, Kathy, I wouldn't even want to. No. They do, Janice. They have for a long time. I said that back when the pew pew stuff came out, when those conversations were going on with YouTube creators. He's not Rapunzel. JLR's in the middle of the shit. He's eaten every bit of this up. He was the one who released the little salacious court documents. He was all up in that shit. He's right in the midst of it and has been since jump. Seth contacted him and asked him to come in. And if you think that's his little posturing shit is all about content and views, he just hit 250K. This is just fucking insane.
It does look like he belongs on the Jersey Shore.
I'd like to see what his eyeballs look like without the fucking sunglasses on. I think I'd be scared. Yeah, Rapunzel, he did. Hold on. Well, they knew that was coming, but hold on. Let me tell you when his last one was. He'll probably sit by for a couple days. He's been doing the mass event 2 days ago. He did the Proudfoot's cleared one on September 4th, same day that Betty did. Over here, yeah. They are. Chopper, I don't think he's the true puppet master. I think there's a few that are vying for that position. I think there's a lot of puppet masters that want to be the head of it. And truly, I don't think any of them are technically on top, but there's a lot of them that are connected. Penny, for your thoughts, I encourage you to please do your research on both of them because I would assume you probably would not get down with some of the things that they have done to victims, especially Sandy Hook. To watch him even cover this is fucking makes my skin just melt. That motherfucker has done so much harm and he has not changed. And he's his girlfriend. In one of my last JLR videos, there's a pinned comment with a Washington Post article that you can learn about Magnolia. Anybody that is willing to make false essay allegations on a politician who was a bad dude, but to try and get attention off that is just as fucked. And you can still like him, but please know the facts of that. Absolute scum. Hey, Eastern girls. All right, you guys, I'm getting out of here. Yeah, Lisa, it's to that point. Like and they're already intensifying too. Like they know that they're gonna up the ante. They're gonna push to make it so they feel unsafe in their homes again. And they're going to, and JLR was a huge factor of that too. Please don't forget, you guys, JLR did the same thing that Betty did. I've done videos on that, you guys. Please go look at that. Yeah, if you haven't seen that yet, please go check out. I'll tell you exactly what video it is in the pinned comment. And then you can take that pinned comment with that article, put some of the information from that article in, and you'll get a ton more sources. Let me tell you. Which one was it? God, I've done so many fucking videos. It's unbelievable. It's the exploit here. Let me just do this. I gotcha. Here is the video. In the comment section of this video is a pinned comment. Go check it out. That's my video that I just dropped. And in the comment section on that one is an article that will lead you to more information. Can you imagine what the neighbors are feeling? I mean, some of the neighbors have instigated this shit. I also shared Deet's video on JLR before too. Oh, CK, we've been in that. We've been watching that. I have to say, I popped into Benny's this morning because I can't stand that motherfucker either. Excuse my French, but I don't like Benny at all. I never have. And it's just because he is so, like, his little beautiful women vote for Trump, like, and using young, pretty women, like, that has, their looks have nothing to do with, like, that. It's just so fucking weird. I can't stand that guy. Oh, Revival, thank you so much. Thank you guys all for being here. SF posted an hour ago. Ooh, CK, I think I might start covering it, CK, on my backup channel. Separating it out from this stuff, but letting Kyle go ham on this because people are like, you talk over him. No, he like stops mid-sentence and I'll look at him and he'll give me a hand motion, carry on or whatever. But I would love you guys to actually have, you guys don't know who Benny is? Oh God. Hold on. Aw, T. Oh, hold on, you guys. Hold on. There's somebody in the comment section. Vegan Nay 3 sent me a super thanks on one of my videos. And I just want to, I don't know if you're in here or not, or if you'll hear this, but I'll thank you on that too. But thank you for the super thanks. That was really sweet. T, thank you so much. You didn't have to do that at all. What was I doing? Oh, Benny. Hold on. Benny is Benny Johnson. He's a political commentator. He was named as talent for Tenant Media, who just got federally indicted for taking money supposedly from Russian. Yeah, it's a whole thing. I posted David Pakman's video on it yesterday. There's a ton of sources that are covering it from multiple sides. So I encourage you to go find your favorite source. And Betty talks about Benny all the time. That's the funny thing is his name's Benny Johnson. He's a political commentator. But Betty promotes him all the time. She's like, I love Benny. Like, it's so fucking funny. Oh, I do SS. I do. No, not Benny Keys. Sorry, guys. I should have remembered. All of you guys know Benny. A different Benny. Benny Keys is not who I'm talking about. Benny Johnson. Sorry. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, the shit that's coming out. It'll be interesting to see, but they're listed as so that that news agency or whatever is ran by some people from Tennessee, and they created a media company called Tenant Media, and there's a bunch coming out. So if you're interested in that, go check it out. Yeah, they are over here. Yeah, Benny Johnson is who I'm talking about, not Benny Keys. Yeah, no. Sorry, guys, I forget. You guys got to remember, like, I don't know the Summer Wells community well, so like none of those names register to me at all. Like they just don't. They don't even come into play. I don't know those people like that. So you guys are all like, and I'm like, no, I don't even know those people. Oh, Music City Mom. I know this is probably really bother being local and everything too. Oh. All right, y'all. Wait, what? He is not a liberal. No, Benny is not a lib. Wait, what? No. Where'd that come out at? Who was saying that? That's not true. That's crazy. Yeah, this shit's wild. There's so much popping off right now. That's just crazy on YouTube. They actually canceled a couple of the channels that were ran by that tenant media already. They took a few of them down already. It's just where I cook stuff. It's called All the Nonsense. Oh, Revival. Interesting. Interesting. All right, you guys, have a great night. I will see you when I see you next. I'm sure this is just going to keep amplifying, but if you're the praying type, I don't even know what to do or say anymore at this point. Truly, like, I just hope for their safety. I really, like, I'm really worried about their safety. So, all right. Oh my gosh, Revival. Oh, Revival. I need to highlight some on the left side that are extremists too. I really need to like even that out because there's some on the left side that are like way over. There's this one that, yeah, it's freaking wild. Okay, I'm out. Good night, you guys.